Right, and Rez, oh, they might get trapped in this corner. It's going to be hard to get out alive. Rez with one beautiful headshot, but the smoke in front and Get Right still hiding. They don't know that he's there. He doesn't hit the headshot. Freiburg with a great turnaround, taking down both players. That is so important. Now he's up close and wants a bit more. Dennis will shut him down, and an Electro headshot makes it almost impossible for her to hold on. Forest continuing, and now Modi 1 versus 3. The bomb is on the other side. They tap it. They're not actually defusing it yet. They're going to make sure the job is done, and NIP will win the round.
What a great retake. Great assertiveness from Dennis to lead the way, clear out the water, throws caution to the wind, and he's exposed from so many different angles. His teammates are covering him. Really well played, and also good entries from Freiburg, just not able to close out the round overall as Heroic. Another one lost. Great shots from Lekro coming in here, and obviously the finisher to prevent anyone from stopping that defuse, or prevent Madi from stopping the defuse, and NIP is going to have the lead to begin. With that plant, Heroic goes for the save. They're going to have the rifles into the next round, and we'll see how well NIP can do. Not taking too many losses here.
Freiburg hoping for a deeper headshot. Get right. Oh, he transferred the aim off S-Tag a little bit early, but he still got his double, and it was all fine. Swapping out for the UMP as Rez, and that's a quick round.
That is a quick round. Get Right, just getting someone low. He wanted the assist. Wanted to give Rez a chance to double up and get that bonus money. 2-0. First test for NIP on this defensive side, though. 5 AK is going to be brought up by Heroic. We knew it was coming. NIP knows it's coming. Smokes on the board as well.
What you really want to see is not that slow and slightly scared kind of counter-strike coming out Heroic, especially map number 2 here. I really want to see them just give it all early on here. See if they can get some of those entries that they just never really seem to find on Nuke. They are thinking about it on the other side of that smoke. No, nothing happening yet.
Dennis is playing a dangerous game at the moment. No one heading that direction quite yet. It's going to be timing. I imagine when Rez makes contact, that's when Dennis is going to start pushing. There's the headshot. Dennis has it fudged. Get Right's going to go down as well. Now his hand is forced. He can't just play this slow, and he spots one out. He can't get the kill. He crouches down. Oh, that's a disaster for NIP. They had so many different areas. Look at the HP. 3 duels, and they were so close to winning them.
Yeah, they've softened up almost the entire Heroic lineup here, but it just doesn't matter. They are going to have to try and find a way to back on out and save the rifles. They don't have the same kind of economy that they had on Nuke, so these rifles are going to be pretty valuable. Some great fights to be winning early on there. And you're right, that was a dangerous game for Dennis to be playing. If Rez had got the kill and fallen back, maybe that would have created more space for him, but he probably should have won that fight anyway.
Yes. I mean, they definitely should have. They all probably had a great chance at winning it. I'm not going to say they should have, but such is the way it goes at times. So Heroic get the first round on the board, and at least unlike Nuke, they're gonna keep this close early on in this first half. NIP's gonna buy again. Lekro can drop an M4 over to Rez, and Dennis and Get Right can actually buy it outright on their own if they choose to. So NIP gonna scrape together whatever they can.
Yeah, for what's the 4th round now coming up. Such an interesting map, Overpass. I really love watching it. I still think one of the more unexplored maps, even though we've seen so many cool tricks from it. It's obvious that there's still more to come. Actually challenging the Molotov and running up close to the smoke. Dennis gonna wrap around so many people, and still he sneaks in a headshot on S-Tag, trying to fall back. Using the whole magazine there, that's very dangerous, and it's not gonna get out. Rez managed to reload in time and gets the kill on Mertz, but now it's time to fall back here. 3 on 4, gotta make sure you don't lose any more heads-up play. Saw it coming from Freiburg, and that's a double kill again. Now 2 on 4. They don't need to fight any longer here on the NIP side.
Oh, this is going to be heartbreaking for Heroic. They're about to get reset. Bomb's going to be picked up by Madi. Get Right's going to have a very fast flank. If there's any contact here from Rez, if he gets any information, Forrest coming to join as well. That is great teamwork. Low HP. They know where the last one is. Forrest taking the fight. Astillion can't land the shot. All the meanwhile, Get Right coming from behind to close this out. Astillion just cannot get forward enough before Forrest takes the duel. 3-1. Heroic pushed back before they can build.
Just a great job, and saving 2 of the rifles from the previous round, then buying into this one, and they immediately get their revenge. Heroic are going to force it up anyway. They didn't get the bomb plant. 2 deagles. It's not the worst force up. They do only have 2 smokes, and that kind of means that any elaborate plays where you go and fake a bomb site or anything is not going to be possible. Instead, looks like they again want to be fairly quick, and Dennis is very aggressive. This is such a power play from NIP. Round after round, they're just pushing up like this, and Gonna take a bit of a fight now. He's exposed and a little bit out in the open. Gonna try and hide behind the fountain. They're coming from every angle. Oh man, I feel for him.
He's lost his mind. He just went full fanatic mode. They won't expect it 3 times in a row.
Oh man.
Too many angles to deal with, and teammates not close enough. And I mean, that's fair play. At a certain point, if you're a teammate, you just gotta say, all right, Dennis, like, yeah, you want to be crazy? You can be crazy on your own. How does NIP recover? Rez is still aggressive, and that's what's kind of cool about this. I mean, even with Dennis pushing like this, they're playing a pretty advanced, aggressive defense over towards Fountain and Bathrooms. Remember, they've had that 3-man setup with Get Right in those stairs a number of times, ready to just pinch and crunch on that location. Get Right has some intel. Pop flash over for Rez, who doesn't take the peek. I imagine they have to know he's here. They have to clear him.
He sees the shadow on the ground, though. Gives him just a bit of an edge. No pop flash coming around the corner yet. They're setting up for one. He lines up, and that's just a great kill. Double indeed for Rez, and Forest will take down Freiburg.
Tough positions to clear out if you're Heroic. You have to use utility, because you can see when we're watching these POVs, Forest and Rez both using positions that have the shadows, that show the shadows before they turn the corner. They're getting an extra half second on these fights before Heroic even know where they are. Oh, style points.
At least he was put to rest on that bench, Moses. He sort of leaned over and...
Didn't look comfortable, though.
No, not really.
It was like he was like planking.
That was popular in 2009. It's there wasn't even a smoke that they were throwing. I think maybe they didn't have a flashbang and they were just pretending.
I mean, you mentioned at the start of that round they only had 2 smokes to work with. So I mean, at a certain point, you either have to choose to use them initially in the round to gain some space, or use them towards the end. And obviously, Heroic trying to save him for later on. Rez, he stands in the corner every time. He's only going to spray down 2. Massive damage, though, and now it's Get Right coming in to fill the gap. He's dinked, but he's holding him in place. Another flank coming in, and that's a quick one. Great job from NIP, and they are swarming the point of attack.
Yeah, Heroic are not really even solving the first part of this puzzle, which is gaining control of restrooms. That's your staging area for executing into the A-bomb site, and they're not even winning that fight. That's kind of nervousing.
It gives you like shades of Nuke, doesn't it? Where they couldn't even get control of outside. They couldn't even get anything done there. So yeah, Heroic, this initial plan they have on both their offensive sides so far in this series has been shut down, and they haven't been able to adapt. S-Tag with some early nade damage onto him, down to 60. Forest is going to gain control of short sewers. They really haven't even messed with B. NIP's been happy at times to just have Lekro play this bomb site all on his own.
Yeah, he's been doing that so much. Forest, I guess, is kind of nearby, but...
Hasn't always been the case.
No, even earlier he was up by the restrooms, wasn't he? Well, bomb is far back, and Heroic just want to see if they can sniff out part of the map. Again, just get some entry, set up with some grenades, have a normal execute, but they're not even getting to that spot at the moment.
I think Heroic's got to be a little bit confused. They're just like, wow, no one's actually at bathrooms for the first time in forever. There's this bait and switch we see all the time out towards long. Rez pinned down in the corner. Dennis has the AWP. There's the peek up top. Rez had heard the footstep. He's having a phenomenal game. He's been so good for NIP. Aggressively towards this A bomb site. He's going to get another fight right here. Dennis can't help him, and he's going to win that as well.
Phenomenal play coming out from Rez yet again, and you're right. He has been such a force for this NIP team. Forest hitting headshots yet again. More coming through the door, and Forest out of bullets, I believe, and that's a bit of a problem. Ends up going down to Freiburg, but I don't think it really matters. Lekro still on the bomb site. Easy kill for him, and Get Right with the immediate follow-up. 6-1 in favor of NIP. Rez currently with 13-4 as a scoreline.
That's brilliant. First map was Forest and Lekro. Now it's Rez, who's just so good. He's shut down this entire half of the map. Every time they've come long, every time they've encroached upon bathrooms, he's been there to stand tall. And Heroic, I mean, a tactical timeout, because again, it's just talking things over. Let's figure this out. How are we going to get this kill? How are we going to find an opening without losing too many players? How can we eliminate Rez without just falling?
Yeah, appropriately sad mood music for Heroic. Really in a lot of trouble right now. I really feel like now it's not just enough to win a couple of rounds, like, you know, get something on the board and hold it. Like, you need that power play from somebody. There has to be somebody counterweight all that's happening on the NIP side. I hadn't seen the NIP play like this for a very long time.
No, I mean, Rez has more frags than the entire Heroic team combined. We mentioned on Nuke, there was Madi and Freiburg far behind. This time it's Mertz and Madi with 1 kill each. S-Tag with 0. So just in terms of just pure production, nothing getting done from a Heroic on an individual level.
It's a good idea for Mertz to try and jump that corner, but he needed the other 2 teammates to immediately sort of get for a close peek and try and revenge that kill. And you could tell that Rez had enough time to slightly fall back. Get Right will help out a little bit, and actually looks like Rez is going to try and exchange positions. Don't know if he hasn't reloaded yet. He's still just playing with the USP. He's so good at this game. It's ridiculous. Now he's finally going to bring the rifle back out again. Got a couple of more bullets left, but Forrest will get the revenge. And again, hitting headshots all of the time.
And look at what it cost Heroic to take Rez out of action. It cost them everything, every single player, just to hunt him down. That one guy causing so many problems for Heroic. They're going to have the rifles back. They're going to have the AWP and Mert, so another option they can fall back on if they take it slow paced, give them time to find a pick. But still, no love to the B bomb site. Just that one round they came in too late a few rounds ago. This time the bomb is out there right at the beginning, so maybe they're going to head there with 5 players. They need to stop just getting picked off. They need to be able to attack a bomb site with 5 players alive.
A bit of a varied defense for NIP, this time having 2 in the connector. I mean, the fact that they're switching it up all the time is obviously also very annoying for Heroic, because there's no identifiable pattern that they can easily rely upon. If it was just the same bathroom defense that was holding all of the time, they could slow it down and come up with a solution for that, but they have to spend the first part of these rounds just scouting it out, figuring out what's going on, and that's the part they can't actually get past. If they could push back Dennis and Rez into the A bomb site, then they would have the grenades in this round to actually have an A execute.
Yeah, you have to imagine they have to use some of them to get them out of position. 3 smokes left, 2 flashbangs. Yeah, pressuring towards long. Get Right. Takes some superficial damage. There's Rez as the smoke clears, and he somehow still wins that. Freiburg's got to be frustrated. Molotov on the ground to prevent the chase. He's got the cover of Dennis's ult, but again, Heroic glues out. They're going to rotate back towards the B bomb site. They've just got to straight up hit this. 30 seconds left on the clock, and NIP is going to start getting the idea. Get Right's on the rotation, and Forrest has the intel.
The game is up. Once you get that kill at 24 seconds, you kind of know what's coming. Lekro can hear them running in the monster tunnel as well, so that backup is being called for. 20 seconds. Heroic trying to get onto the bomb site. Forrest will go down. S-Tag picking up a kill finally in the game. It's been very rough for him indeed, and edging out Lekro, grenade right on top of his head. Still going to win the fight. A great double kill now. 6 seconds left, and Dennis with the flank. If he gets the kill inside of the smoke, they won't be able to win the round. He's going to get the bomb plant in the last second. Misses the chance, and Asilian now alone. 1 versus 2. Just has to win this round. There's no more hope for Heroic if he can't do it. Snuck up close to the pillar, and they're jumping on top. He gets one of them, but the next is still up there. Rez, who's been doing almost everything for NIP in this map. Asilian trying to see if he could change his position. No smokes left on Rez either, so Asilian having to walk the rest of the way. Somehow Rez is checking this, running past, and it will be a second round. Heroic make it work. And it took such an enormous amount of effort to do that.
I actually do not know how they came out on top of that. I mean, some very nice trading as they come in, but they didn't have very many advantages, if any at all. Good round from Asilian, staying alive, taking these fights. A nice clutch 1-on-2 right at the end. Rez even having the right idea with that AWP. Trying to use that far back to cover Get Right as Asilian was around the pillar. Timeout, though, because Heroic need to build upon this. They do win, it gets down to 1 player, so they're going to be depleted in terms of their money after this buy-up, and it's not going to be the best thing in the world. NIP as well, another time on the CT side, despite the dominance, losing 1 round, and NIP doesn't exactly have the most cash in the world, so a chance for Heroic, as you mentioned on Nuke, to springboard back into striking distance, but it's got to be now.
If you look at the scoreboard on the Heroic side, 7 on Asilian, 7 on Freiburg, then 2 kills for S-Tag that he got in that last round, 1 on Mertz, 1 on Modi. There's definitely some sort of a fracture happening here on the Heroic side that has to be repaired sooner rather than later. And Dennis, again, playing fairly aggressive. But he's got a little bit of backup in Rez on the other side, so they're sort of back to that style of defense here. They've circled all the way around, Moses.
Dennis should never be peeking this. until Rez maybe spots something. But, I mean, it's a tough role for Rez to be playing at the moment. Look at all these different locations he's got to have, and he's going to spot one out. He's got to get it. Oh, my. How does he win that one? How does he do it again and again? Dennis pounces. A 2-for-2 trade. Get right still in the staircase, but nicely managed from Heroic.
That really should be an automatic loss, shouldn't it? You're just looking the wrong way. Manages to adjust. Muddy here, with the fight against Get Right, trying to get sneaky. That's maybe the best chance right now for Heroic in this whole game, or yeah, in the whole game, to actually win a round. 3 versus 2. They've got plenty of time. They've even got the grenades, Moses.
Get Right's got to be so confused why Madi was there. They do, but they still have Forest at the A-bomb site as well.
It's just one man, Moses.
Yeah, but it's Forest.
One man. That's all they have to overcome. 35 seconds. Forest surely is going to be hearing all of the grenades landing behind him. Realizes something is up, turns around for it. One has already passed, and he's unable to really see anything. Now the bomb is going down on the other side. What a move from Heroic. They sneak right past, and Forest is going to be going down. Great kill from Freiburg. Much improved from his nuke performance, and Lecro, given the money situation that you highlighted earlier, might be better to just save this M4.
Yeah, especially now that he's been spotted so far away, and I think, yeah, that kind of triggered something into his brain. He's like, yep, this isn't worth going for. So Heroic are going to build upon that one-round win. Good trades on the aggression from Rez and Dennis, and Get Right trying to get fancy. It's going to be 7-3. NIP still in the driver's seat, but perhaps not for much longer. Lecro will have this M4. Get Right and Forest will be able to buy up. Dennis and Rez are going to have to force something. But I imagined you'd want to drop an M4 over to Rez and just say, all right, well, you're dominating. He's 17-7 at the moment, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah, a little bit out of control. Forrest at 9-3. It's not like he's doing badly this game either, but this is actually finally a round that looked reasonable for Heroic. They managed to stop the aggression. They managed to save 3 of the rifles. And IP, if they steal it away now, that's almost heartless, isn't it? Let them have a little bit of a victory here. Rez charging on through. That's through the smoke. Wild Flash with a FAMAS. And now hiding at the fountain. They're going to be wrapping around in 1 more second, and they're going to be there. He gets one. A quick double kill. It can't be happening. Finally, a bit of a return there as Sicilian will get Dennis down through the smoke as well. So a little bit of a revenge, but how do they stop this? Rez, he just seems completely invulnerable at the moment.
With a FAMAS as well. That's nasty. Those 2 kills, you almost feel bad because that should have turned out better for NIP. Get Right. This is just a mirror of the previous round. Dennis and Rez in a 2-for-2 trade fall, and then Get Right pushing up gets eliminated as well. Another big advantage. Forest is still going to be around bathrooms. Sicilian throwing utility over at the A-bomb site, perhaps just a fake. The question is, how does Lecro get information? Where does he position himself? Over towards sandbags at the B-bomb site. Relatively safe from both sides.
Forrest catches Sicilian. If he's too quick here, then he can get in and help Lecro down on the other bomb site. 40 seconds, and Freiburg and Modi are still outside of that B bomb site, just waiting.
What do you do if you're Heroic? I think you have to have a Sicilian flank. I don't think you can call Modi and Freiburg all the way back because there's too many different places Forrest can be.
Yeah.
But this is an unwieldy position. Although Lecro will be exposed if he eventually does get there. And it looks like, yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, somebody cue the Jaws theme. Sicilian about to win the round. 18 seconds now. If he turns the corner at the right time, that should be an easy kill. Taking down Lecro. And now it's on Forrest. Again, 1 versus 3. Didn't make it work last time. They smoked him off as well. Somehow that's the bomb with 8 seconds. How can that possibly happen? Now running for the smoke on the other side. 4 seconds left. They're going to go for the bomb plant. And Forrest making it back out. Oh, they don't get it in time. They heard the steps. What a mind game.
What a baller play. 1 kill, the jump and the appearance to the smoke with the footstep. Oh my lord. I cannot believe this worked. I cannot believe he got off that plant. They had the plant going down in time and just so nervous. Heroic is shook.
Absolutely juked them inside of that smoke. Many ways to lose a round, but losing it like that surely cuts deep.
It really does. That one hurts. You played it so well, Heroic. All right, well, time to attempt at a recovery. The money is still not good for NIP, so Heroic still has a great opportunity to get back into this half. 3-8. They're out of money. So is NIP. Winner of this. He's going to get a lot of benefits moving forward. There's some smoke coming out. Estag going to lead the way with the Deagle. 3-man defense over towards A, which we've seen a number of times. Usually it's more aggressive than this, but another triangle set up between Forrest, Dennis, and Rez.
Yeah, there is a chance for another heartbreak here because Rez is in the corner, and they haven't played defensively like this NIP, so if they forget to Molotov or check it, that could be really interesting. Somehow that connects. Forrest dropping very low in return, though, but he's taken so much attention away. Look at it. They're all just looking at him. They do check the corner. You could see Asilian was just aimed at that the whole time, wanted to make sure that they weren't going to be surprised. But that's a very heads-up play from him. Got to give some credit to that, as Dennis will take down Muddy. It's still looking very unlikely for NIP. 2-on-4. I'm impressed that Heroic can still stand up in this game.
I am too. They've taken a lot of punches, haven't they? On Nuke, they crumbled. Here, they're clawing themselves back into it. Perhaps a little bit ashamed of that performance, and the halftime talk just saying that they're going to keep fighting for this one. So Lekro's got to back away. They can't even force buy around this M4. They might do just because it's such a brutal reset that you're going to be saving twice no matter what. But Heroic, this is a good chance for them to springboard, kind of slingshot themselves, give them 2 or 3 rounds a little bit easier.
Yeah, this is actually not completely insignificant. A big change in the game now because obviously it's another round for Heroic. 8-4 now. The money for NIP, you're right. Maybe they do just force up because they'd have that. Actually makes a lot of sense. But if Heroic can win this, maybe they get up to like 6 rounds. I mean, that's a really good job considering how mentally devastated they must have been after the first map and even the beginning of this half.
And then later on when Forrest jukes them out of their minds. Here we go, B-Rush. No one here to defend. Get Right's coming in late, and actually they slow the rush down. Freiburg and Estag still just going to walk through Monster. Freiburg blind, got a little bit nervous, and that's going to start calling people over. That's a good win for Get Right. Can he survive? Forrest gets dropped, and yeah, they can't do anything else after that. Just CZs to defend with. That should be it.
Good commitment to the bomb site. Asilian seems very dedicated to cause right now. He does not want to go home just yet. He's playing at a remarkable level right now. Maybe the first player for Heroic at the moment to really stand up and really try and put an end to this. He's 15-7. So that's a very, very high level to be hitting right now, considering how far behind they are. The rest of NIP, just maybe a couple of exits if someone was to escape that way for Rez. Lekro, I think, is going to walk away with the M4. 5 rounds now for Heroic. Quite the change.
And this next round will be a save from the 3 players who have fallen for NIP. The Deagle will still be there, the M4 will still be there, but other than that, it should be unarmored USPs as they save up for everything possible down the stretch. Well, Heroic won 4 of the last 5. Somehow gotten back into it despite the impressive play from Rez. Cillian at 15-7. Remember, it all started with that 1-on-2 clutch that he had over towards that B bomb site. That was well played from him. He's done a great job.
Yeah, you know they're not feeling it quite yet. They're still on thin ice, but the more it keeps working, more and more people could start to wake up and get back into the game. Modi, we need to see more of him. He's not playing badly, but need to see even more of him. Estag has been a great player for Heroic in the tournament up until this point, but now they really need him back in this quarterfinals, and again, not too many rounds can really pass by. Good stack on that B-bomb side. Can we see some Deagle headshots maybe out of Rez on the other side?
I think we could. The question is, what is the timing? And they've seen this. The problem is this push has been used by Dennis 2 or 3 times, so I mean, they're going to be aware of it, right? You transfers the footsteps. I say that. I could very well be wrong. Estag, Mertz, and Asilian have all walked past. Estag is coming back and glancing at it. Him and Freiburg keeping their eyes over in that direction.
Look at the call from their footsteps you mentioned.
Yeah.
All the NIP players gravitating this way instead. Asilian, if he walks out on long, he could maybe shoot Rest in the back. I'm not sure if that rock is going to cover him quite enough, so that might be the end. It's covering him right now. Oh my god, the timing is unbelievable. He's going to turn the corner the other way. They just managed to walk past each other as Lekro goes down. It looks like the attack is going to be coming in Rez. He might have missed his timing opportunity here. Might not be anything to do yet. Forrest is going to go down, and the rest, again, just have USPs, so That's a good headshot on one, trying for more, but Freiburg will shut down that round. Good triple for him, and that's 6 rounds for Heroic. We've got to give them some credit. It's not easy to mentally get back in a game like this, but somehow they actually have ended up at 6 rounds. I think that's a good enough base, really.
I mean, you have to imagine it's phenomenal as well for the fact that they didn't win the pistol round. They've had to grind these out in the rifle rounds. 5 of the last 6 now. And they started out a 7-1 deficit, so this has not been an easy half.
It's Freiburg and Asilian that have 28 kills combined. They're just doing so much work right now. Good refrag coming in from Muddy Forest out of the ground. It's one of the really heavy hitters here on the NIP team. It's a 4-on-4. They can seal up this the 15th round, and that would truly be something for the Heroic team. Final map is Train if we get there. That'd be exciting.
That would be great. 2-2 split for the defense at the moment. Dennis and Rez over towards the A bomb site. Get right and Lekro at B. As Heroic has done a good job finally of finding some opening kills, or at the very least opening trades. And then they're able to use that alleviated pressure to move across the map. We didn't get to see that early in this half. We didn't get to see it on Nuke. Astag leading the way in bathrooms, and Freiburg just watching his flank. But Dennis and Rez, they have been very aggressive and very dynamic in their holds onto this bomb site. And I imagine Dennis is going to remain aggressive here. And if he keeps pushing up, Freiburg is going to be alone with the bomb. He could have caught him. It's Rez, the hot hand to defend against this hit.
See if they can find a flashbang, because if they flash around the corner, they might actually land behind Rez instead. He's going to duck down for the first one, but S-Tag will drop him. Good crouch in to take that kill. Very, very important. Another bomb is going to be going down, and it looks like NIP are in trouble here. Astillion taking down Dennis, Lekro, and Get Right. Don't even know how they can begin to retake this. They're just in such poor positions to try and do it. One flashbang as well on Lekro. So they might as well try something here in round number 15, but somehow Heroic find a way back into the first half here on Overpass. I must say I'm quite impressed. This takes something else. Not easy to rally a whole team after you're getting beat up that much. Get Right, 1 versus 4. The first half will finish 8-7 in favor of NIP. So well done. Stunner, you've got to be impressed as well.
Impressed, Anders. Just like this crowd here inside the Globen. My goodness, they've been riveting this entire time, but I think there's a little bit of squeaky bump time going on, and that is because Heroic is battling back into this thing. You got any Ninjas fans? Any of you Ninjas fans in here? I don't know if they're feeling it, man. What do you guys think?
It's a bit early. Wait for the beer to get there.
Yeah, it is early in the morning, isn't it? And I mean, maybe the Ninja fans are just a little bit worried, a little bit scared that there seems to be some sort of comeback happening here. If Heroic win the pistol round, that would probably put them at 10-8.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be tough, especially because it seems like NIP did a really rough job down the stretch of that half of making sure that they could have that teamwork. That A bomb site where those first 7 rounds that they got in this half was so good, the way that Rez and Dennis were working together. And then at the end, it didn't work too much. They had a couple of those rounds where it was weird. One person with the point of attack and the other one trying to flank around A long.
Yeah.
And that defense just kind of seemed to get disconnected as the deeper we went into the half. Remember though, this is NIP's pick. They've got to be feeling confident on that T side.
Let's see what they can bring us here. Second map, second half coming up, first quarterfinals. Freiburg, he's been playing great on this map, and he wants to take the challenge. He's going to get a bit more than he wanted. They're all coming for him, and he's just not hitting the shot. And now Astillion, this flank is going to be dangerous. He somehow wins the fight. Modi followed up, taking down Forrest, and Astillion still fighting, still looking for the kill. And Lekro on the other side. That's almost a kill. I think they went through part of the tree there, and actually now Astillion going to try and run him down. I mean, he can't really back off because there's someone there waiting, so very, very scrappy round here from Heroic, but they've come out on top. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, these are tough fights. I mean, Modi and Astillion swing on long, and they get those 2 immediate kills. From there, the USP just reigns supreme. It still happens. Modi with 3 kills, and Lekro's all alone. 16 HP, he has the bomb, but, I mean, S-Tag and Mertz, they've got full health. And he's so far away. He's got to hope that there's going to be some monumental mistakes being made by Heroic in this round. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. A good recovery after Freiburg went down. 2 players push and make sure he can't find that kill. And Lekro now just,
okay.
I guess your health doesn't matter when that happens.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I do that all the time, Moses.
I mean, it's still going to be difficult to get more than that. I guess his best hope would be Mertz and Madi sticking together, playing together at that A bomb site. If he can get this plant down, use the range of that USB, hope for some misses, and get one or two of these headshots. We've seen it happen before, and he's going to get his chance.
If they come in from the high ground, that sniper spot, that kind of is headshot height, and they're very confused. Necro moving forward. They're waiting for him right now. They do have a kit on Modi and the smoke, so if he doesn't get them when they're running in, that's going to be a big problem. Turning into the corner now. They're very fast indeed. He's going to have a lot to deal with right here. Looking for the headshot, but yeah, as soon as he misses that first one, it's not going to happen. They're on it. Modi with a triple, and Heroic win the pistol round. This would be a fairly big comeback for Heroic if they can make it work all the way.
Yeah, the plant is great. I think Lekro wanted to push up and find that one-on-one fight over towards, over towards that choke point.
Yeah.
And since he didn't get it, he pushed forward towards that CT spawn hallway, and then he just didn't find that fight. And then he's just, it's not safe enough to fall back at that point towards Monster, towards sandbags. And then he's just kind of ruined.
It was 7-1 in favor of NIP in the first half, and now it's 8-8.
Yeah, they've returned the favor, haven't they? Like this little risky purchase for Rez, drop an AK-47 over from Lecker with all those kills in the pistol round, so he's got something to work with. Again, he's been on point. One or two of those headshots can open things up for the P250s. A little bit of utility, 2 flashbangs on Lecker just to support Rez. Do some economic damage, whatever it might be.
I'm not really a betting man, Moses, but I might put my money on Rez if you gave me the chance here. He's definitely been hitting the shots, and NIP might not even, also Heroic might not even expect it. Going to be moving forward, waiting for it. That's a dangerous jump. There's the headshot to follow it up, taking down S-Tag, and they're going to continue past the smokes, running in, turning for the flashbangs. He's feeling it right now. He just wants another chance to spray his hit, and Rez Morfield, the triple, taking down Astillion. What a god! And now Freiburg trying to see if he can challenge it. Modi, in fact, finally going to be returning and taking down Rez, but what an opening. 2-on-3 now, and Heroic don't even know what hit them. Bomb goes down, and they've picked up the rifles. There's a good shot for Modi. He is tired of losing as well. 2-on-2 here. And Lekro almost able to win the round, just getting that kill. That would have been big. Freiburg in a lot of trouble. Modi dropping low as well. Now he's all alone, 1 versus 2, and trying to get onto the bomb site. He has to win this round. They can't let NIP back in, and Modi doing the work, getting the headshot there, and now pressuring Lekro, hiding behind the truck, just trying to play for that bomb, and Modi has to go for it. He's on 1 health, has 1 chance, and he gets the headshot. Ridiculous clutch from Modi, taking it back, and Heroic are still in the game. Oh, there's no time. Oh, yes, the kid. It's barely going to be there. Oh, my God. What a round.
All the emotions there. What an opening provided by Rez. That's exactly what it was for, and you can see how good he's playing, why they drop him that gun. Still a victory of sorts for NIP, but, I mean, Modi just neutralizing this kind of an entry. All 3 kills, protecting everyone. NIP played that perfectly to get into the site. Look how much money that takes away from Heroic, though. Backs against the wall again. AWP pushed up. Mertz trying to find an advantage. He's got to fall away as he sees the nades rain in. 8-9. This has been an impressive comeback. And Heroic take the lead for the first time in this map. In this series, even.
In the series, you're absolutely right. I cannot believe that Modi managed to turn that around. Just 1 health. If that fight lasts a couple of seconds longer, it doesn't even matter because the bomb will go up. That was so close. Mertz in position, and he doesn't actually get the kill, but he's just going to fall back to safety. NIP have so much utility considering they lost a round. It's kind of impressive.
That plant helped out a lot, didn't it? And obviously, minute remaining, starting to see the CT side. This is a lot of resources to have over towards long A. If the action's anywhere else.
Are they going to boost? Oh, it almost looked like Astillion was going to jump on top of S-Tag. That would have blown my mind.
This is a very risky defense. Now, Rez might just go down here because there's so many people, but he's neutralized the offer. Oh, he wasn't expecting that off angle. Still almost won the fight, and now the game is up. NIP's going to have to start pushing forward. Utility going to be used. You can see the footsteps. They don't care about making noise anymore. Freiburg, he's looking the wrong way at the moment. He has to push forward. And there's NIP. They crack it open, coming from 2 directions. And Heroic in for another retake.
an almost impossible retake given how low Astillion is. Mertz up here with the AWP. If they don't give him an easy shot, I don't think they can really do this. And Heroic, they don't have the money to lose these rifles, so there might just be a couple of seconds of fight here, but if it doesn't work out, it's time to just back off and cancel it. Yeah, that's the flank gone. The rest are going to be running away. When you're playing that ramp like Freiburg was, and you hear them running through the Monster Tunnel, it's always a little bit scary because if you have time to flash, then you know you're good, right? But if you miss the timing, the bomb site's just gone.
I think the real problem is, even the off taken away. That's huge. Everything is taken away from Heroic. NIP ruthless in that round, and they're back on the board. It's been so long. It's been 6 rounds going back to the first half. 24 kills for Rez, 21 for Astillion. That's a really tough defensive stand to make if you're Heroic. 3 players in that B hit. When it comes in, they're just so far away. Even if they get that opening kill, it just is so much time. And that Molotov just stops them dead in their tracks.
Yeah, probably wanted to go and take a fight at the tunnel, but unable to actually make it there. You're right. It's good getting the opening, but then they were really far out of position. Okay, final headshot there landing. Did some damage to Get Right, and they might have called that in. Said 1 bullet might be enough.
Yeah, he knows it as well. Backing all the way off, wants a safer way to watch the flank, and they'll just have to tell his team they can get to the door, they can get in towards the underpass, so just be careful. They keep pushing him, and he gets taken out. Misses the initial shot, a nice little shoulder peek to bait out his position. And NIP again put under some pressure in terms of how fast they want to go in this round. The fact they've lost Get Right eliminates 1 half of the map.
And Freiburg stealing that AK-47. Somehow he got away with running all the way back into T-spawn and picking that up.
If you're Heroic and you get that kill and you get the AK-47, you might as well just gamble stack towards the A bomb site. I mean, you might as well send all 4 players there, because you can see NIP, they're even taking this really slow. They're going to run into about 4 players. Freiburg is indeed coming to have the full 4-man stack, and I think this information is going to be given up. Astillion just spotted it. Still a tough task. Still NIP with all the advantage.
Not just a 4-man stack, but a 4-man stack where you only have 20 seconds. Astillion gets 1 before he's traded out. 20 seconds now on the clock. And Lekro, what a beautiful double opening. Forrest also taking down S-Tag. Freiburg here with a stolen AK-47, and they want it back. Rez will take him down. Another round for NIP now. 10-9. Back in the lead, but it's the money for Heroic that's the real big problem right now.
Now that round did get a little dicey as well. Good for Heroic to put up a stand. Take that AK from Get Right, have that stack, and make NIP really work for it. Get a couple kills as well in the end. Dennis has picked up the AWP for this T side, and Heroic this time doesn't really have anything to fight with. Not even a flashbang. So you have to have a chat with Freiburg later, Anders.
I will. I'll remind him. Probably if they lose the game, not right afterwards, but a couple of hours.
Well, we'll see. I mean, NIP, 1 pop flash could ruin this. You have a couple players staring into the wall, and here's the wall. We'll see. Forrest, is he going to go check for that? No. Flashbang thrown just to see if there's any kind of a noise, any kind of a response. Forrest goes and peeks it dry. He could be in some trouble. How far out is he going to get? Spots 1, spots 2. Dennis is going to peek now. He's got to be careful. He needs to get away. They're going to bum rush him. He doesn't have all that much bullets. Forrest used a lot of those, and they get 2 kills out of it. Now you just got to hike it to the other bomb site, but NIP looking haggard in some of these rounds.
Yeah, well, I mean, how can you expect for that many people to be over at long, really? I'm kind of confused why the guy behind the tree was the first guy peeking out. I feel like the idea of that strat is that it's actually the bicycle player that's the first point of contact. And then
those stacks against the wall.
Yeah, exactly. And then the guy behind the rock and the guy behind the tree sort of pop out, and suddenly you're fighting 5. But never mind. It kind of worked anyway. The bomb is down, and they can't obviously retake. They have the AK and the AWP saved, so they want to keep doing that on the Heroic side. Still, good effort.
That's too much to give up if you're NIP. I mean, they're going to have this 2-round lead, right? But it's been labored. They've limped to this kind of a lead. And now they've given over, an era of this map when Heroic doesn't have a lot of money, when their economy is not settled, and you give them a free AK and a free AWP. I mean, in a way, that's a disaster. So Heroic given a couple gifts in this round. Think about it, if they wanted to buy an AWP on somebody, it would have been with light armor and no nades, and NIP has now given them a full kit of utility, essentially.
It makes a big difference indeed. That shiny trophy in the middle of the stage is what they're playing for. Heroic far away from it right now. NIP probably feeling like 5 more rounds should be possible here. They have the economy for it. And they're starting to get a bit of momentum back, even if it isn't as easy as it was earlier. Still winning some of these rounds. Tag, I was going to say, slightly alone in connector. He's going to fall back up and reconnect with Mertz on the other side. And looks like they don't really want to stick around for that much longer. What's Get Right doing? He's sneaking alone in through the oven. Crazy play. That can probably work.
Oh, I wanted it to work so bad. And if Get Right, if he had just looked to the right, he might have had that kill. Mertz, he's blocked up by the Molotov. He can go nowhere. Way too aggressive. Dennis finds the kill, and that off is not recoverable for S-Tag. He's got to push up behind that smoke, have some kind of a presence. Bomb is still dropped far back. Let's hope NIP doesn't forget about it. But a pop flash through the smoke isn't going to work either. Aggression from Heroic not panning out the way they would have liked. And Asilian is alone here at A.
Yeah, he needs backup. And any second now, they're going to realize it. If Modi is kind of close by, he can wrap around. And if Freiburg is quick to get up here, maybe him and Asilian can buy enough time. But if he goes down fast, then none of this... Oh, my God! What have you done, Dennis? Taking down Asilian. He tried to dive back down behind the box, and it just wasn't quick enough. They're not even moving on the other side. They know. We're going to need to see that shot again.
Yeah, that's shock at all. I mean, that's... Yeah, after that kind of a performance, you just give up. 3 kills for Dennis. He handled everything for NIP. A 12th round now, and NIP getting closer to making it into the semifinals. Dennis wants it all. He wants all the guns away. Wants to cripple this Heroic team. He's the only player hunting at the moment. NIP doesn't have too much money built up, but enough for Dennis to go on this casual mission to take a weapon away. He might just do it if he continues forward, although Madi's sneaking up closer just to hide himself. 12-9, NIP. They were shut down for a while. They lost 6 in a row, but now it's 4 straight, and now the smiles start coming out.
There's the one from Dennis. Taking down S-Tag, but this is the shot. Oh my God, it's not even the first one. It's just a double tap.
He doesn't even, you don't even have a lot of time to actually even pull the trigger on that one. Great reactions. Nade out early on. Force back any aggression. Oh, still in Mertz's hands, but he has no armor this time. And again, the reason he's able to buy an AWP in this round is because NIP gave him one from that eco round just previously. They got to save some money without having to invest in it. If that comes back to haunt NIP here, it could be awful. Spam doing some work.
Actually, a lot of work. Cillian softened up quite a bit. Modi was, I think, grenaded down by Rez early on. They have a 3-man stack here towards the suicide, so that's that could be kind of hard to break for NIP. If you get the timing down right, so you get someone out of the connector door and someone through the tunnel, it could work, but otherwise it might be dangerous. Oh, well, flashbangs certainly help out. Freiburg nearly getting caught by that. They know someone's here, and now they're going to try and see if they can follow up the Molotov. Freiburg. Smart play from him, not trying to take that challenge, but now through the tunnel, Freiburg, Moi's going to be coming through. Get Right with the return. Great defense from Modi, though. A double kill, and he's still alive back there. The bomb on Get Right. But can they make their way through? Modi might have a big shot at winning this round here for Heroic.
30 seconds is a little bit of time for Get Right to hit the pause button, allow Dennis to work, who's just come out of the door. How do they do this? Get Right knows where 2 players are. He knows someone's outside a monster. He knows someone was spamming from up above. Get the bomb planted and go from there.
A Molotov meant to prevent Modi from getting out, but the smoke, oh, he sees him jumping down. Might be able to guess where both players are right now. Wants to see if he can look for it, and he goes down. Get Right winning that fight. It's double for him now, and Dennis wrapping back around through Monster Tunnel. Perfect timing to take down Mertz, and that's going to be falling up. Beautiful. Dennis immediately reacting. 13-9 now. He's really starting to get up there on the scoreboard as well.
We mentioned him. He was one player since he joined this NIP lineup that we felt had lost his step. Well, he showed up here to close this map out. A pair of rounds that are just gorgeous from him. Nice play from him and Get Right there. Heroic back onto pistols. CZ's armor, a half fight comes out as the losing bonus is full, but they're gonna need to have strong purchases. They need those AWPs out, all the utility in the next round.
13-9, and they are putting it all on the line right here, Heroic, and why not? They've had some interesting clutches, they've had some close rounds, but NIP just keep marching forward. No stopping them in this quarterfinals, it seems. Again, playing a very similar brand here on the T side that they pretty much have all throughout. Quite adamant taking the birthday party area, taking long in restrooms. They want to make sure and clear that pretty much every round.
And they haven't had to deal with the obstacles that they present on their own defensive side. No one from Heroic is playing like Rez and Dennis. They're not getting that aggressive. They're not necessarily always playing in bathrooms. Outside of this from Mertz, it's a very solo affair, and Forrest doesn't care for it at all. But there's no one with the rifle like Rez was who's able to stop them, who's able to slow them down, have information, whittle down the forces, so NIP just gets to continue to march forward. There's a good stop from that stat, gets the AK, but can't do anything else. Got greedy. I think he wanted that AK-47.
Yeah, good refrag. And look how deep Dennis is, all the way past the bank stairs. Holding, if anyone tries to get through here, they're just going to get shut down. You're just not expecting it at that stage. When the bomb goes down, your focus is on that and not on the fact that someone would have pushed all the way past it. So just a good play. And keeping it cool, Dennis, for a little bit. Doesn't want to give this one up. I don't know how he thinks to check that corner, but well played.
He's just in the zone at the moment. It's, I mean, this is awesome from him. We've seen, what, now this is the third round in a row where he's just been in a really, really good place. I mean, he's just feeling the game very, very well. Freiburg gonna hope and pray someone walks into him right at the end so he can grab an AK-47. I do not think it's gonna happen. He's got his 5.7 with the banana on it. It's fitting.
Yeah, no Inferno, but you're right. We like that. He's gonna win the fight and actually make it into the next round. So, slight bit of annoyance at the end.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Weapon dropped over to Forrest. 14-9, double up setup from Heroic. This is it. This is their last stand. It's all they've gotten. They've invested everything. NIP on the verge.
Yeah, there's only one way to go right now for Heroic, and that's up. Otherwise, it's going to be all over. S-Tag smoking off, just a bit of cover to try and see if he can make it work. The double grenade is going to land way in front of him, and he's going to win that fight against Forrest, but can he get back? No chance at all. Dennis is there, so just a good job making sure that that wasn't going to go unpunished. And as you said, the final stand here.
That's a calculated risk from Dennis. When that offer goes down, he's just kind of making the risk that there's no one on the other side of the smoke, because look how much ground he can gain. Oof. Sicilian's, he's got to remember getting taken down like that previously from the very same man. And now look, he can cut off the rotation back from long. Oh, Mertz misses a shot, though. That was a great opportunity wasted by the offer.
He gets blocked off for just a second. Are they going to actually strike the bomb site in that time? Because that Molotov's going to be gone just about now. So Mertz is back in the action. Asilian on this lineup. Can they pop flash him out of this? They smoke again. They're keeping that AWP player gone for a while. Smart play, but Mertz pushing through, taking down Get Right. And now it's a 2-on-3. It's looking very good right now for Heroic, trying to stay alive, keep this game going. Mertz again, he strikes, taking down Lecro. And now it's Rez. He has been an outstanding player on this NIP roster, but he's boxed in with 30 seconds and 10 health. That is not exactly a recipe for success.
Look how far Madi's backed off. He just can't care about the plant. He has to let him have it. Does not want to risk it. He knows Rez has had a great game. Bomb goes down. Now a chance, but Freiburg from behind shuts him down. Too many angles for Rez to worry about. NIP get into the bomb site. They do some damage, and you can see the double up setup from Heroic is being salvaged. Great round from Mertz. He's had a quiet game, but that time not letting it slip away, coming back repeatedly through the smoke.
Yeah, it's a hard decision to make, and I imagine even harder because he couldn't really know if someone was going to be flanking late long, so he had to worry about a lot of things in that one. But if he leaves Asilian alone, then that's also very bad news. So just a job well done. They saved both the AWPs. We're going to go to round number 25 here. It's NIP still heavily in the lead, still with quite a bit of bank. 8,600 on Dennis at the after the buy here. Looks like a good old B rush right through the monster tunnel, but Freiburg is absolutely ready for it, shutting down Lekro and Rez inside the smoke. They don't even make it out. This is what Heroic need.
That's the last thing NIP need. They go for the uppercut. They try and catch him off guard. It's not going to work. The economy from Heroic after this round is going to be flush. You're exactly right. This is what they needed. And it's going to be such a powerful way to return into form for this game. NIP, they still have plenty of money, but that's going to breathe some new life into this team, into this defense. It's not over yet.
They can start to feel it now. They're not looking too excited. I think that it's all focused on adrenaline right now. They know that they have it right at the edge of it. If they can win this next round, NIP's economy is not going to be looking good. Connecting 2 rounds might even push them all the way up to 14, 15 rounds. They actually have a very good shot at doing this, but they need to keep that focus alive. Get right, charging right on through. Looking to see if he could catch somebody. Maybe would have been surprised, but instead he's just occupying this position. Still a powerful position to be in. You can hear everything on that B bomb site. Does he want to try for it again? Didn't work last time.
I feel like it did work last time. He lost the fight, right? He got through and he had an advantage. He had like the first 5 shots and just couldn't land him. Awkward situation, but yeah, you're right. I'm behind the sandbags. He's got a good position. Monty's a bit worried. He's gonna jump. Oh! Get out. Get right. Just shuts you down. And Dennis to follow up. Half HP for him, and what a blunder from Monty. Get right provides the opening NIP needed.
If that isn't a safe jump, I don't know what is. He got the kill regardless, and now they are in a lot of trouble. 3 versus 5. S-Tag hoping to stop someone from making their way past, but the bomb is coming in the safe route through the monster tunnel, and NIP have everything they need. They've used a lot of grenades, but they should be able to do it, and Rez making absolutely sure it's going to be the dagger in the bag, and Asilian goes down, and they've just got to be wondering what is going on.
Rez just kind of trots in and says, checkmate. You can't even survive. You cannot get away. Everything will be taken. The ops will be gone. Oh, Get right. What a time to have that entry onto the B bomb site. You love the fact that he went for it again, that he was being aggressive. And oh, Rez wants a knife. He wanted to knife him. Gets a double kill in the round. NIP just 1 round away from the semifinals.
What a kill from Get Right. That position seemed so safe from Muddy. He was almost behind the sandbags.
Listen, Get Right's been teaching Counter-Strike lessons for almost a decade now. I mean,
incredible. Well, the remaining part here from Heroic, 2 MP9s, a bit of the story. And the crowd is really starting to come alive now. They can feel it. They know it's close. NIP, 1 round away from making the semifinals here on home soil, center of Stockholm. They are absolutely ready for it. They've been looking amazing. Dennis came alive in this game. Quiet for a long time, and Rez, the young superstar, has rocked this game. 30 kills for him right now. Get Right opening up and taking down Asilian. They're trying to get him run down, but he takes 1 more with him. Money's out of it. And a lot of trouble now. 3 on 3, yes, but they're out of grenades on that Heroic side. And look at NIP, they've got so much to work with.
Oh, Dennis, he always sees the jump. Almost got it again. That's the ult. Monty, no armor. Oh, that Molotov scares him away. And Dennis, 1 more time. The nade as well. And the follow-up. Dennis with so much impact down the stretch. And what a story. It all falls on the shoulders of Freiburg, the former Ninja, in a 1 versus 3.
He's got almost no chance. 30 seconds. No bomb plan yet. They're making damn sure he's not hiding in some corner at the last second. The bomb has now been picked up and Lekro's making his way there. Freiburg going to be coming in from the high ground. Might get a chance to get an easy kill there, taking down Dennis. Still another 2 to come. Forrest and Lekro on the other side. This seems absolutely impossible. And he's going to sneak back up. He's not even sure where the bomb is. That's how much confusion is happening. And now he's realized they were back there. What could he do? He just wants, a grenade, anything that he can use. But Lekro and Forrest are in perfect positions. They're waiting for him. And Freiburg, this will be the clutch of the century if he can bring it back. 1 on 3, about to lose the quarterfinals here. And Forrest, look at the lineup here. And there it is, 16-11. NIP made the semi-finals here. Now, of course, their DreamHack Masters, they have done it 2-0 against Heroic.
A phenomenal win for NIP. That one they had to work for. A great comeback. Everyone coming alive. Doing it in front of the home crowd. And for Heroic, it's an earlier exit than they wanted. But I think they surprised some people. I think they surpassed some expectations of this event. For the Ninjas, it just means another event, another day on the stage in front of this home crowd.
Yeah, they're going to be telling themselves, if only we had started better than 7-1, maybe there would have been a way to do this.
Yeah, but you have to be so happy if you're the Ninjas at the moment. You had a great game from Forrest in that opening map. You had Dennis with the impact coming alive. Same with Get Right. Rez was phenomenal on Overpass. All the pieces are there. They haven't all clicked at the same time necessarily, but all the pieces at some point in this event have shown up. And if you're going to make another miracle run, if you're going to give us one more piece of Nip magic, it seems like a possibility here at DreamHack Masters.
Yeah, good farewell. You could see the Heroic, the crowd giving the last applause here, but that means NIP are going to be facing off against either MIBR or Astralis, which, by the way, is the next quarterfinal coming up. That will be exciting.
Yeah, that's going to be I'm so excited for that game. And definitely NIP got to be looking at that and just kind of, you can't feel good about either one of those teams. But, I mean, no better task than taking out such a huge favor, right? The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
No one is going to question your run if you made the grand finals going through that bracket.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Yeah. Well, we've got the analysts with us. So, Alex, you guys must have been enjoying that game. NIP on home turf doing it.
Yes, magical. Absolutely. You guys sounded like you're having a blast, and I am very, very, very excited to see how the rest of the day pans out. Next game, of course, we find out the opponents for NIP in that semi-final, and neither of which is going to be an easy task. But first, the matter at hand. I am your host, Machine. I'm joined by Maniac and Pimp. Guys, we just got a real game here. We did all kind of prepare everyone for the likelihood of NIP taking this one. However, I think this is a lot of lessons being learned here. First of all, you called it, Maniac. Nail on head with the Rez call. He has been picking up momentum and he didn't stop here.
Well, that's how powerful Rez can be. I think this city side on Overpass was all Rez. And I want to say Rez was the pinpoint of it, but it was just NIP overall, using that momentum from the first map, never letting Heroic catch any breath. They were playing extremely aggressive. It backfired a little, and I think that's where Heroic deserves some praise from coming back into the game. But it was clear from NIP they wanted to take them straight at the beginning of every round, and Rez with the double kill so many times.
Yeah, Forrest getting some ridiculous frags as well. He really could not get outside no matter how hard they tried. Lecro doing the same too. Jacob, Nuke. The one downside to having this map as your home map is that should you pick it, your opponent gets the side, and NIP 13 rounds on the defense of map 1.
Yeah, it's always tough to start out on a matchup like this, starting on the T side, especially on a map like Nuke. I do feel a bit disappointed by Heroic in the way they approached it. What we saw yesterday against Optic, and what we tried to explain in the pregame as well, was they're so good at constantly keeping Optic on their toes, right? They're constantly making the CT second guess, but in this time, NIP, they just took it to them. You saw it in Yard in the first highlight, Lecro just shutting it down, Freiberg shutting it down, Riz and Forrest obviously shutting it down. They didn't get any chance to even rattle out NIP on that CT side. So overall, I would just say that NIP came in really prepared. They knew what Heroic had, and that's how it is sometimes when you're a team like Heroic. You fall flat. If your plan A doesn't work, your plan B is not necessarily as strong as the plan A, and then you meet a team like NIP who's just a little bit better at every aspect of the game, and that's why there's such a big difference, despite them, not being that far from each other.
And with the scoreboard on your screens as well, as Silly, a huge shout out needed for him. We'll talk about more about that in just a moment, because right now I think we have a rather happy Swede with a headset on. Get Right, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm
Look
here.
at that smile.
Can you even hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I thought it was going to be like I can hear myself.
No, the crowd can hear you too. Anything you want to say to them, first of all?
I'll do it in Swedish, okay?
Sure, man. Do your thing.
Tack så mycket för alla som kommer hit så tidigt. Jag vet att många har problem att komma hit och det var en väldigt tidig match. Jag är extremt glad att se er. Jag älskar allihopa och Go Ninjas, eller hur? Nu kör vi!
Yeah, Gaskide. Thank you. Thank you, Get Right. Now, what I want to do next is ask you a little bit about this game. Guys, you saw the veto, you saw Nuke come out from Heroic. Did you think they've walked into your den, or what was the situation there?
To be honest, I got to know the maps like 2 minutes before it went live.
You and Forrest are the same, aren't you? God damn.
But playing Nuke is always a nice map. I think like they're having the same mindset as us. Like it's a good map for both of the teams. So I think we were both happy with the choice. I think that Farrak told me in the break after the first map. Like we wanted to pick Nuke, but apparently they picked it. So we were happy with that choice, you know.
All right, first, congratulations on the win. And also, I wanted to ask you how important it is for you to play on stage here in Sweden. How do you feel like the effect it has on you?
It means the world to me and the team because we've been having a real tough time here and or the year itself. So it's just amazing to be here, and then we're here at the semifinals, and it's just amazing. I mean, it's my hometown, and it means the world to me. And I've been so disappointed for so many, like a long time, since 2014 was the last time we were here, and we didn't make it to the playoffs. So 4 years I've been waiting for this chance, and I'm just super happy to be here. And I mean, you can see it on how good Forrest has been playing, and Rez and all those guys. You know, they're putting up big numbers. You know, so I'm just enjoying the show basically. I just take up the hands here, and you know, like, oh, Forrest, nice headshot in there. You know, but you know. It is what it is, and I'm just happy to be in the semifinals, and just hope that we can just keep doing what we've been doing, and yeah.
You guys look like you're having so much fun in that booth. Lots of big smiles on everyone's faces. Jacob, you have anything for Get Right?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, you know, talking about the young guys you're playing with now. Lekro is one of them, your new in-game leader. How's he establishing himself as an in-game leader for your team? Is there anything he does in particular to make you guys work together?
I don't think there's any special thing that Jonas does. He's just Jonas, if you ask me. Like, he's a happy lad. He's just making everyone happy. He is calm, he's collected, and then sometimes he has some random raging, which is more with a smile on his face, you know, so you don't really get tilted or mad or something. So I think that he was needed into the team, and him being an in-game leader has making everyone much better. So I'm just happy to have him in the team.
Yeah, we're happy to watch you guys work. A final question before we let you go and celebrate with the team. MIBR Astralis is about to play. First of all, who's taking that? Second of all, who do you think you're going to be facing?
That's going to be a hell of a game, sorry to say. I mean, as a fan, you know, like many people already know that I love watching CS and so on, so I need to just get out of here and just watch the game.
Get your ass into the crowd.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. But I don't like to give out prediction. I just want a great game and something that's going to be beautiful for spectators here, because like I don't want them to leave the stage here because we have already played the first game. I wanted to stick here and watch the beautiful games that are coming up, you know.
Perfect. Get Right. Lovely. Thank you so much. Good to talk to you, and we'll see you tomorrow in the semi-finals. Thank you. That's Chris, that's Get Right, and of course the Ninjas in Pajamas feeling absolute positive vibes, channeling their energy to us as well with a huge win versus Heroic, and now find themselves just one best of 3 away from potential grand finals. Not going to be easy though, because the next game is coming up. Let's get those closing thoughts rattling out for Heroic, because we talked to Vasily, and it would be foolish of us not to address the pros and cons of Heroic's performance here, Jacob. The Dane went off.
Asilian went off, you know, and I don't think you can blame it on him. Obviously, we don't know the inner workings of the calling, whatever he was doing, good calls, bad calls, all that kind of stuff. That's something that they have to figure out within the team. One thing we can pinpoint, I think, and it's fair to say, is that the youngsters from Heroic didn't do too well. Mertz had a rough game. S-Tech were nowhere near as level from the group stage or the past form. So those two playing on the stage maybe got a little bit to them. But that said, you know, it's only a con in the future, or only a pro in the future, because they're going to learn from this. They're going to get more experience, and hopefully next time they're on a stage against a team like NIP, they'll do even better. So overall, I think Heroic can be super proud of their performance. Just getting to the playoff, beating NIP, and having a close game against FaZe, that's more than enough for a new team like them.
Couldn't agree more, and I think we'll continue to talk about that for a couple of days to come. More, though, is coming up after the break. We're going to go ahead and take a quick one, because when we do come back, you heard it from the man himself, Get Right, saying it's going to be a hell of a match. MIBR versus Astralis. Only one team advancing, both hot contenders to lift a trophy, and only one will step into the semi-finals. We'll find out how it plays out after this.
Does he always do that?
Yeah, that's kind of his thing.
Place your bets at GG.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at GG.bet.
Grab your gear and let's go.
With the Strafe Esports app, follow your favorite teams and players, and you'll never miss a match again. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
Oh, crap.
Sick of losing at your favorite computer game? Fortune introduces the Super Socket. Always hit your opponent when firing. Never die in-game again. Instantly improves the win-lose ratio. It's never been easier to win. Innovative switch technology enhances the incoming power up to 50%. Actually, the Super Socket isn't real. But without power, gaming wouldn't be real either. Think about it.
The Digital Pass, bringing the arena to you. Experience CSGO from the player's point of view. Check out the exclusive content and don't miss the highlights. We have everything in one place.
Return to confidence. Oh!
It's the better way to watch CSGO. Your exclusive ticket to esports. Get your Digital Pass now.
change and others stay the same. Some people spend their lives looking for something. You can live and you can love, and we might get along. You were right and I was wrong, and now you're standing right where you belong. Some people change, others stay the same. Some people spend their lives looking
It's a game like no other. Counter-Strike Global Offensive has come to Stockholm, and day 4 we find ourselves in the globe. It's time to find out, as two titans clash, whether MIBR, since the coaching change, they added in Yanko and now stand undefeated, stepping now against their biggest task yet, Astralis. A team that have got a lot to prove and a lot on the line. It's looking to get themselves another notch in the Intel Grand Slam. They've had a wobble so far in the group stages, but they didn't stop them stepping into this quarter-final. And now we wait to see how these two teams, these two titans, will clash. It's going to be a blast, I can promise you that. We'll bring up the bracket, though, so you can understand exactly how things are going to be shaping up, because we've got ourselves a whole day of Counter-Strike ahead of you. And not only do we have MIBR versus Astralis, who will be playing the winner of NIP, you also have FaZe versus Mouse and North Na'Vi coming up to round out your day. A lot to be looking forward to, but first we have to find out who the Ninjas, hometown heroes here, of course, in Sweden. We just heard from Get Right how much it means to them, but their next opponent will be Vicious, whichever way you cut it. Still, introductions are in order now. I've introduced myself, but we do have Maniac, and we've swapped out a pimp for a sponge. Is the weirdest thing I think I've ever said.
Yeah, it doesn't really... it's an object which does nothing and a guy that has a cane.
Yeah, I might be the first person in the world that's ever said, oh man, let's swap out that pimp for a sponge.
I like it.
Yeah, I think that might be the first time that collaboration of words has ever been used in a sentence.
That could be your new
on camera
tagline.
Maybe.
That could be Alex Machine Richardson's go-to saying for 2018.
Yes. Hi, welcome back, and I swapped out a pimp for a sponge.
Even when you haven't.
Even when it's not relevant.
Even when you haven't.
Even when it's not relevant. Still, gentlemen and ladies, let's get our heads around this one. First things first, Maniac. This is hype as hell, and you've already taken a quick look at the stats. Something interesting that jumped out, and I really want you to repeat it, is that Astralis have got here by no one's merit more than another.
I think it's an extreme Astralis scenario. You know, looking at the statistics right now, Xip, Glaive, Magisk, and Dupree all between 116 and 118 rating.
That's
obviously,
so
Device
close.
a little bit higher, 128. Is more often than not the over-performing player in Astralis, but the rest is always together, and that's just it's the statistical reflection of how team play-based Astralis game is.
If we put some context in this, though, Device only had those stat padding games against Tyloo, where even though they lost the map, he was still beasting. Before that, in the games where they kind of needed him, he was a no-show. He wasn't there for the squad. When it got to the game where to get them across the line, sure, he stepped up, but his first Tyloo, you expect them to be able to pepper away at that. Their opening game was against Greyhound. Everybody's getting kills against those guys. It's the matchup that matters, where they drop the ball against North. It's not the Astralis that we've come to know and love over the last couple of months. They've come out of this player break with the ring rust, or someone suggested on Twitter, mouse dust?
It's a
stretch. I prefer ring rust.
Let's go for ring rust.
Yeah, I like the fighting more mentality of that. But we need Astralis to come back to form, because this is if you reflect back to last year, this is the position they found themselves in the end of last year as well. They became shaky. They weren't the team that won the major at the start of last year. And this is where SK, aka MIBR, was now the top dog alongside FaZe.
Yeah, interestingly enough as well, they haven't played all too much. I'm looking at the head-to-head for 2018. We've got 2 best-of-3s, and that's, of course, without the roster and coaching changes, but it has gone Astralis' way every single time. Maps are important as well. Overpass has shown up in both of their series, with a Mirage and Inferno sprinkled in for good measure in the 4 maps they've played this year. Where does it go now, though? That's the question. No nuke.
Nuke's gone. Get that one out of here.
Nuke is not a question.
So that's a guarantee.
And
what else?
Cache, I reckon.
Guaranteed. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Astralis should remove Cache. That would be a huge risk to leave it open against MIBR. There are plenty of other maps they can play. Cache would be a risk. So Nuke and Cache... Cache, you're...
Just say Cache.
Cache,
you're standing next to me.
No,
right?
ignore him, please. God, don't
I don't know what to do. I've heard so many different...
Cache, unless you're from Australia and you've touched a surfboard before.
I haven't.
You can't say Cache.
So... Nuke and Cache should not be played.
Thank you very much. Let's have a look at the bands.
We're going to be 100% right here. I would bet my house.
Wow, look at you guys.
I don't own a house, but if I had one, I would bet it.
That's why you're paid the big bucks. Now, when it comes to picks, is it as clear cut?
Interesting thing. Is this the matchup where MIBR played us too? They've been saying on and on, we are comfortable on Dust 2. We want it to be our home map. This is a quarterfinal against Astralis. Are you going to go with the Dust 2? Are you putting your money where your mouth is, as we say? This could be the time.
The other options are Mirage has been shaky for Astralis, so that's normally a good MIBR map or an SK map historically, so picking into that makes kind of sense for them. And then you look at that for Astralis, will they just go with their safe bet being Overpass? But they've banned it already in this tournament, so there's question marks for me on whether Astralis want to take this one, but I think Dust 2 could be a smart pick as well, because you think about the players within this MIBR roster. Now you have Tarek and Stewie in there, they love a good brawl.
Yeah.
Fur loves a good brawl. Fallen with the AWP getting stuck in, and then Cold Zero coming in with the clutches. it's super scary now. The firepower in this roster, it's never been this strong.
Let's have a look. Let's see where this goes, because Dust 2 is an intriguing probability.
Train.
And instead...
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Overpass and Train. So MRVR choosing to take it to Train. We do lose Mirage. Astralis, yeah, you said that they were a little wounded and limping on that one. They choose to remove it. Dust 2 was given right there on a silver platter
But
to
they didn't take it.
MIVR, and they chose against it.
Maybe they're all talk. Come on, you gotta if you
And
say it's
no
your best
walk.
map, you know, you gotta pick it at some point. But let's just think about this, right? If you think about historically how MIVR have traveled through their matchups, there was a period of time where it was, hey, we're just gonna play our style and adapt within the game. Now they have Yanko, I wonder if things are different. I wonder if they do more counter-strutting now.
Yeah, I would love to dig deeper into that one, and we will. But first, we actually get to hear from the players themselves. They sat down with the camera crew before we jumped into this game. We get to hear now from the players on their journey so far and what's to come.
He's going to make noise now and try and catch him in transition. Oh my god, Tarek shuts down the A side. The spray control from hell.
Getting to the playoffs is a good accomplishment for us. We've been practicing super hard. We finally got people on the same page and we're starting to mesh and we're feeling great.
So now flanking around, looking for more. He's got him locked in. Dupree's in so much trouble, but he's going to get the headshot now, turning around for more kills. Another headshot coming in, taking down Captain Mo out of this world. Unbelievable round here from Dupree.
Going into the playoffs, we always feel confident. Like, we know that even if you have a bad group stage, you will always have another chance when you get into playoffs. And the fact is, you want to be the champions, you want to be the masters, you actually have to beat everyone. So we don't fear anyone, we want to play everyone, and I know we can beat everyone. Playing on the live stage in the Globe is going to be really great. We have always been looking forward to play here, and especially in Stockholm.
It's been a while since we played in front of a crowd. I think finally we made it by good improvements, and we're playing super well together, and we have a good chance to take this tournament. In front of a crowd, everyone plays a lot better, having the hype around us, so we're looking forward to play it.
So guys, I know we haven't been playing that well in the group stage, but this is playoffs, this is going to be amazing, and I need you to make a lot of noise because this is going to be insane.
It's getting closer and closer to match time. Players and indeed the crowd starting to take back to their seats. Now, we got here through a couple of interesting journeys. Dupree, I think, wiping the sweat from his brow is a nice metaphor for how Astralis got here. We talked about it before, but an underperformance from them in many's eyes left them forced into the elimination match versus Tai Lu, and it went all 3 maps. Yes, the fact you see Astralis banning Mirage may confuse you, but Tai Lu knocked the Danes down a peg with a win on that very map. MIBR on your screens now, a team that did float through their group, undefeated so far since the introduction of YNK as their coach. So far, so good. A 16-11 versus HR, Hellraisers, of course, and Mouse Sports falling in 2 in their winners match best of 3 without even conceding double digits, need I add.
Well, I think Janko said it yesterday in an interview, and I really appreciate it. It feels like, or at least yesterday, it felt like MIBR went back to the winning ways. And we were in agreement watching them play, and I was telling you, this is exactly what I was looking at the demos months ago. This is how they were winning the maps. So maybe this is one of the way back to the top from them, is to remember what they were doing when they were so dominant. Would it be individually? Would it be as a team? Can it show against Astralis now?
If it ain't broke, don't try and fix it.
Well, I think you have to think of the mental struggles that these guys went with through the whole roster change dramas. They got rid of Taco, but they wanted to get rid of Bolts at the same time. They couldn't make 2 trades happen at once. They had the roster change from SK going to MIBR. There was a lot going on when these guys started to decline. It wasn't as simple as, hey, we're just not playing well.
Sure.
There was so much more behind the scenes. Well, maybe it was thrust to the front of the scenes, but that wasn't resolved. And we know that these guys have that winning mentality with the Brazilians, right? That's what we talk about, the resilient Brazilians. Now they've got 2 in North South Americans and a Serbian as a coach. It's a new face and a fresh start for a squad who, look, needs to be a top 3 team in the world for Counter-Strike to be as good as it can be.
But they go up against Astralis, yes, undefeated, but with beaten MVP, Flash, Kinguin, Hellraisers, Mousesports. It's been a steady incline of competition. This, however, is a leap. This is no longer that gradual increase. You're going up against the very best in the world here, and Magisk was the most recent addition to that roster.
And it feels like the very best in the world has lost more maps in this tournament than what I remember them doing for the majority of this year. Sure, that's a bit of hyperbole right there. Sure, they've lost some games, but in one tournament, I don't remember seeing them lose so many maps to teams that they should be shellacking, should be beating around the server. But good news is that man we just saw on the screen, Device, is back. He had a good game yesterday, and with Glaive having some big performances as well, Astralis might be steadying the ship for this quarterfinal.
Maniac, how do you feel if I said that those losses, though they are much more than the unexpected, but a reality check perhaps for Astralis, something they may have needed, just a bit of cold water on the face to remind you that you're not immortal?
No, I think you're absolutely right, and I think coming off a break, weirdly enough, it might have been a good thing for Astralis to run up against obstacles so early in the tournament, because it reminds them we need to play 100% if we want to win. That's nothing we are just going to go back from the break and roll on everyone like we've been doing. So it could actually be a bad timing for MIBR. No, Astralis have been checked, have been tested, I mean. They have bounced back from it. They've survived through the group stage. If they play their best now, it's going to be hard for MIBR.
I think regardless of that point, the stars are aligning for this to be a banger of a game. I think this is definitely series of the day and potentially of the tournament when you look at the way that these two teams are trending. And I want to touch on this head-to-head with both of these in-game leaders. Over the last couple of years, both of these players have stepped out in revolutionizing the way Counter-Strike has been played. Fallen in the terms of theory Counter-Strike and bringing the team together and doing more reactionary-based stuff within the server. And then Glaive coming in and reintroducing heavy strategical Counter-Strike, obviously with the coaching and all the other support behind him. But what these guys have done by bringing back to, tactical grenades are now a thing that we're looking at and getting all excited over. These aren't small details. These are two teams that can play Counter-Strike at the highest level and have changed the game over the last couple of years. That's why this matchup is so big.
It's so unbelievably, excruciatingly exciting.
The cool thing right now in Counter-Strike, if MIBR are back, right, and they play this, adaptive mid-round style, you have Astralis who are hugely strategical in counter-strategy. Then you have FaZe who are just the superstars running around headshotting everything. We have 3 top teams in the world who all bring something different to the game. It's not the same level of Counter-Strike, it's something different, and that's beautiful to me because we've always throughout CS had different ebbs and flows. It's either been really heavy strat or really heavy just fraggy, running around like the Fnatic and Titan days where people were just headshotting. Now we feel like we're settling into something that's brand new.
It does feel like something else. Now, not forgetting, our first map is Overpass in this series. We've seen it twice in 2018 between these rosters, or the majority of the players, I should say, and at least that was the last time they played this. They were SK. That's just a while ago, a couple of months at least. 16-10 was the first score, and 16-12 as well were the last 2 times we saw them play this. Both in favor of Astralis. They've got plenty of demos to be scrubbing through, and with that said, your prediction. What are you saying, Maniac? What
it is a tough one. It really is. Gonna start by saying this is a 3-map series.
Thank you.
This is the first prediction. Okay,
yep, that's one
Second
prediction.
part. I'm gonna go with the heart and say MIBR. I'm gonna do it. But this is not a prediction that I can back up with rational certainties.
I get
Let's
that.
put it this way.
I'm torn as well, right? And I can understand that mentality in the sense of the MIBR resurgence is so romantic and poetic in a way that it comes to fruition here that, look, I'm going to be elated. But even though Astralis have been struggling, they've still been the best team for the last 6 months. They still have all the pieces of the puzzle worked out. Sure, they had a couple of rough games this tournament so far, and I was putting the dark cloud over them here. But to me, they're still the best team in the world, and MIBR need to step up and prove that they're back to that level of Counter-Strike to beat them. So for me, with these maps, I've seen more from Astralis. I have to stick with Astralis, and I have to back the Danes in to take this one. I think it can go 3 maps, but no, let's go 2-0. Screw it, let's go 2-0.
2-0,
Astralis.
okay. Wow. Well, that puts me in a weird place.
If you just go with it because of Yanko,
I'm not.
You're not talking anymore.
But I will, okay, I'll go for it for an equally as ridiculous reason. I don't think I've ever predicted for the last 6 months Astralis to lose a game. So for the first time in what feels like forever, I'm going to say MIBR. I just for the novelty of the fact that this is the first time in a long time where I've genuinely had a thought in my mind that Astralis could lose this, could be eliminated, and will not be stepping onto the grand final stage. It's a possibility for what feels like the first time this year. I mean, it's crazy how strong they have been and how their path has been so consistently strong. Usually there's a couple of wobbles, a couple of trips. we haven't seen that. This could be that trip. This could be that stumble before the major.
I think it's also a combination of, on one hand, Australia is showing rare sign of weaknesses in that tournament, and on the other hand, MIBR looking dominant again. And I know that there is no distance to that, and we are taking it very first degree.
Sure.
But if you buy into this, you can think maybe under these circumstances, this can happen.
It's happening, boys. We're really nearly there. I mean, all I need now is the Twitch chat's thoughts. We know what we're thinking. What are you guys watching at home thinking? And it does seem like the MIBR hype has fully begun.
There are lots of Brazilian fans out there, but I just want to make one point quickly before we get stuck into
Make
that
it
game.
snappy.
Even if you win the major, you're not the best team in the world. We've seen that with Cloud9 and we've seen that with Gambit. Winning the major is great, but you have to win a lot of tournaments and you need to want to win all of them. And the Masters right here, right now is a great way to start this season. So there's no shrugging it off that we were saving strats for the major. Win everything, boys. Get it done. So Australis, I want to see you come out swinging.
Especially if you can get a step close to the Intel Grand Slam. Let's not forget that a potential extra $1 million is on the line in a quarter-final. You have to get to that grand final if you want to get a notch in your Intel Grand Slam belt. And that is here with MIBR, the chance to ruin it for Australis. It sounds like we're getting ready, and therefore, your commentators, I have no idea how excited you could be. Your hearts must be beating. Can I see the boxing, Anders? You have to get... Thank you. Yeah.
I feel so good. My hands are actually cold, and I'm not even playing the game. I'm just talking about it, but I think it's going to be an amazing game. I think this has so many implications for the rest of the year.
All right, yeah. This is... I think this match is going to be incredible. Like the level that MIBR is at, I love that poll because I think everyone is feeling MIBR just blowing up right now. Everyone is feeling MIBR coming back. Everyone wants to see it, and it is that romantic storyline. So this is just going to be a battle. This is going to be so back and forth.
Who am I going to side up with?
I don't know. We discussed this.
Yanko on one side. We've got Australis on the other side. It's just not going to be easy. I think I'm just going to enjoy this. I'm just going to soak it all up.
Not going to give a prediction. Not going to commit yourself one way or the other.
No, I'm not even going to do that.
That's fair.
I'm just going to enjoy this game.
I was actually surprised that we had, what it was, 60-some% for MIBR. That's mental. That voted that went that way. So, craziness.
Think about the implications for this game. Right before the major, right as MIBR is starting to get back into the swing, right as Australis are starting to have a few cracks in the armor, just showing, I don't know what to say, but whoever wins this, it's going to shake the Counter-Strike world a lot.
I did talk to Yanko last night at dinner about this matchup, and I just asked him, I was like, what was it like when you saw the drawing and you saw that you got Australis right off the bat? And he just said, I loved it. Like, he's like, we want to beat them, and he thinks Australis is scared of MIBR. I mean, he was not shying away from anything in this. He said coldzera at the moment is the most focused. He's probably, Yanko hasn't been there too long, but he said it's incredible how focused coldzera is, playing till 4 in the morning after practices, coming up and showing in early to deathmatch before team practices begin in the rooms here. So we have a lot of players really looking to have a huge impact in this game today. They mentioned on the desk, Device needs to have a good game. Remember, yesterday as well, Zipnix and Dupree had that really, really slow start.
Yes, they did. It took a while before they get back into it, and a fired-up coldzera is going to be really scary. Let's see if we can hear what they are saying. Are we on TeamSpeak? Can we get that?
No, it was there was a TeamSpeak issue.
Oh, fair enough.
You guys a little bit confused by the comms. Yeah.
I was hoping for a minute. I was like,
that would be cool.
That'd be great. We had that one time.
Either way, freeze time is coming to an end. Stockholm, it's Australis taking on MIBR, the second quarterfinal. Winner plays NIP.
Yes, it's finally here, a best of 3. Device ready early with the challenge, trying to see if he could get someone's head blown off, but he's not going to stick around, and you can't really do that. If you stay in that position for much more than 5 or 10 seconds, you can get wrapped on from the connector, and he doesn't want that.
Slow and steady for MIBR. They've taken underpass 3 players, Fallen, Stewie, and Tarek. Coming up the stairs now to meet with coldzera over towards Party. It's Device to spot for information. Him and Dupree defending this A-bomb site. 1 shot, and again, just going to fall away. No real indication of what's coming. He just knows there's at least somebody here that is going to start to pull Glaive back for the moment. And 2 sets of nades on the MIBR team.
Yeah, could be some good smokes here to block off any more from rotating in, but the fact that there are already 3 people here, that could be a bit of a problem actually for the MIBR team. If they can pick pose, it's different. And Tarek taking a bit of damage, and now the hit is definitely on. What a flash, but Device still taking down Stewie. That should have been perfect. Now Glaive with the follow-up, looking good for the Danish side at the moment. Glaive, 1 more kill, but there's a bit of a return, and coldzera is still alive. And you said focus, he's needing it now. He's gonna get shut down, no chance. They were on it so quick. They had 3 people there,
Yeah.
but the other 2 showed up in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, and what slowed it down just enough for that. It took a while for them to clear everyone out of all those crevices. So a nice hold from Astralis, and even Device just getting blind, holding the angle, taking a few shots, and MIBR just walked right into the stack. That's a bit rough, but they're going to buy into it. Fallen with the scout, 750 in the bank behind it. Actually 4 deagles bought up. So heavily invested into this round. Tarek outside of the B bomb site. Dupree and Matt just going to push up behind that Molotov. They're taking all the control. And look how much further they're going. Dupree leading the way. He's not slowing down whatsoever. Tarek's under a lot of pressure. He is going to get taken down eventually, but can he get anyone with him? And no, Matt just shuts it down before anything.
You kind of wish that the rest of the MIBR team would have been on the other side ready to attack then, because that's 2 people pushing up and 1 guy flashing from inside B, so that's, oh my lord. That was a great return though. coldzera unfazed by the fact that he just got blown up, just still getting the kill anyway. And now they're a man up. Oh no, Device getting caught. That's a big kill from Fallen. Coming in through the restrooms and taking down Device with a scout. And the Danish team looking great bouncing around the map, but suddenly it backfires and they weren't ready to cool it down. It's like they kept going, thinking it's working, and it's not.
No, I think it got away from them before they even realized what was happening. Now Zipnix is going to be in a lot of pressure, and utility still in the hands of Fur and coldzera. 2 smokes and a flashbang. He can actually get completely blocked off, and that's if the scout chooses not to peek him. Good nade out towards Fur. Decent chip damage. The armor helping out in a big way, but he's got to stay here. Getting deeper into the site, more committed.
Yeah, now Sip is showing up as well. That's a very dangerous angle. He goes for a bit more, but he's not going to be able to make it work. And Magisk, the grenade going to go way too far. Does a bit of damage to Stewie, but it needed a kill right now for this to be even possible. And they're going to run him down. What a great comeback. MIBR winning the 2nd round. Gifted a couple of early kills for Astralis, who usually are quite good at sort of picking the right times to be defensive, but not this time.
And those are the kind of mistakes we've seen at this event that has caused us to talk about some of the weaknesses, some of the crack in Astralis coming out of this break. The desk referenced it as well. They are not looking as crisp, not looking as strong fundamentally. They're not winning as many man advantage situations. So few mistakes. Dupree nading the boost and being lackadaisical. The Device getting caught in bathrooms between 2 players. MIBR right now, this is not the slumping team that we saw in recent months. They have regained a lot of confidence, regained a lot of patience, waiting for the game come to them, and now slowly taking control. Stewie and Tarek watching for pushes far, far back. coldzera, Fur, and Fallen. Over towards Fountain, starting to get aggressive.
Again, playing it smartly, playing it slowly. The C-set 75s, we've seen especially on Glaive, he can just do so much with that weapon. So you want to make sure that even if you fall down to one of them, you get the refrag. You make sure you don't lose anything. Don't let it spiral out of control. So the way that they're playing right now, exactly how you want to play it.
There's that stack in these bathrooms as well. Magisk and Glaive off to the left. So I don't know if MIBR will use flashes for this. Footsteps give it away. Magisk's going to be around the corner, and here they come.
First guy jumping, and even a flashbang, so making absolutely sure Glaive gonna get taken down. Good double kill for coldzera, and the rest should be no problem.
That's a cool way to flash that, right? The underhand behind Stewie as he jumps in, so actually Astralis, they have to take the fight, and they have to stare into the flashbang to do it. They get him down low, but even if he goes down, they're gonna be blind and easy to trade. Should be 2-1. Dupree, kind of far off, so is Zipnix back in T-spawn. Looking to save these deagles. But MIBR is going to be up 2-1 now. They recover after losing that pistol very well.
And it's the focus that you're paying attention to right now. It's the fact that even if it's early on, even if they have the advantage in rifles, there's no reason to give an opening. You're playing at this level on land in the best of 3 against Astralis. Every little bit matters all the way through. Any rifle lost, anything they can run away with on that CT side, it's going to help them, and they're not being allowed to do it right now. So a lot of rounds to keep that up in, but obviously we've seen historically in the past the core of this team, when they get to that level, when they're in the zone, it is really scary.
It's tough, isn't it? And I mean, it's been scary, the fact that we haven't exactly seen them hit that zone. The new coach, YNK, talking the troops up. They can't talk during freeze time during this as well, which is different from other tournaments. And I know that's kind of a weird thing to have, especially before the major. I know, again, just conversations with Yanko talking about how he wants to be more vocal during freeze time at this tournament, just because at the major he's not going to be able to.
Yeah.
But he wants to get them used to it now so that they can understand the thought process and not have to say as much. Great shot from Tarek. That's Dupree out of the fight. No head armor, but he did have one of those deagles. It's going to get passed over. Zipnik's is next one up for contact. And he's got to fight his way out.
They're going to be falling back, and they will have heard that as well. So they know that he's at least a little bit back from that corner. And again, holding all across the map here nearly for MIBR. No reason to really throw anything away. So right now, it's just a slow start to this game, I would say. I mean, Astralis were trying to put a lot of pressure on in that second round and sort of flex their muscles a little bit, I think. But MIBR, now that they've got the upper hand, they're just maybe going to try and see if they can choke them out over the course of this first half.
You just have to love how cautious and thorough MIBR is being at the moment.
Yep.
Man advantage, they know they're against pistols, and they are taking their time clearing everything out. Now, this is giving time for Astralis to come stack over towards this A bomb site. There's going to be all 4 players remaining here, but look at the utility. Molotovs, they have plenty of smokes. There's Fur with an opening kill. That's how Tort's long as he pushes up. Gold Zero going to lead the way as well. Should be a pretty decent slaughter. 2 players in the truck. Stewie is going to take their attention, and Fur is just tearing everyone apart. It looks like Stewie's supposed to be the one making contact, but Fur is a beast.
Yeah, he was feeling it. Now they're going to come look for Magus. Again, just a deagle kill, especially if you can separate the rifle, would be good news. They're waiting for him. Ooh, that's a nice edge kill taking down Fur. You can't really get the rifle out of it. But again, just a tiny bit of economic damage. If they jump him, pretty hard to hit those mid-air deagle shots. And he's actually going to get Stewie as well. Picking up a UM. Oh my god! Magus, that is way more damage than you would have imagined.
They can't get out with the AK, but he's going to go for one more kill. Oh, he has an opportunity. He almost got there. He's going to blow up first. He's taking the pre-fire. That's a beautiful sequence from Magus, though. Round of applause for him. Puts him on BR notice, doesn't he, a little bit? It's just like, all right, listen, guys. I can handle anything you can throw at me. This is a dirty third shot.
Yeah, jumping right up on top of the trash bin. This is the kind of kill, even like the kind of triple that Heroic would have needed at some point. About like the rest of the Astralis team, surely they look at that and think, okay, Magus is like that. Well, you know, let's just go then.
Look at this early timeout from MIBR. First gun round coming in. I'm wondering if they had like a plan set up before this match even went live of how they wanted to play this first rifle round, and it's just a pause to remind everyone of what they're doing. That, or maybe it's just let's not let those triple kills from Magus happen again. Let's everyone not play it too loose. They were looking great up until that point. That might be like, you know, the first little hiccup. No big deal, but here we are. Device with that AWP, and he's going to get into the action immediately. No one's there, no kills, no shots, but all the information you could want.
Yeah, definitely not seeing anyone on that side. And I mean, this is a pivotal round. I understand why MIBR want to make absolutely sure that they've got their cards in order, because this is going to be critical. If they win it, then Astralis are going to be struggling economically for very many rounds to come, so it really has a big impact. Glaive trying to take some shots through, not really connecting. Looks like it will be a very, very quick B execute, and getting caught there with Stewie, just slightly over peak. He keeps going, step around the corner. 2 more people defending on the side. Glaive running in, that's very dangerous. He gets a kill regardless. Oh my god! While he's flashed, taking down Tarek. And now Device is at the corner, snuffing out for immediately he goes down. And Fallen left. No bomb plant. I can't believe Glaive got that second kill. The first one already was pure madness, running over the edge, but now Astralis have to wait. They know the bomb plant has not happened yet. They've got this one covered, and Fallen, he wants to try and make it a one-on-one before he goes anywhere. It's not easy to play like this. Remember, the bomb is far back in B, so if he spends too much time, even if he gets the one kill, it might get tricky. And now he's going to be sneaking around the corner. Oh, he sees the top of Magus' head and goes for the kill. Does he realize where the last one is? 25 seconds. He's just got so much closer to being able to do this. And running back, waiting for it, and Device somehow sees it coming. What a high-level mind game. 2 of the best players in the world, and That's what you get out of it. How many people would have fallen for that and gone to check and try and catch him running back to the bomb?
I think a lot of people would have. That is a great play from Device, just to be aware of the possibility. Fallen trying to stall him out. You're right. This flashbang goes out. He just has the lineup right before the flashbang goes off. That's beautiful. Another solid hold in the defense for Glaive, but listen, they lost a lot, Anders. They lost 4 players. Device held on to the AWP, obviously, cleaned them all out, but no money left in the bank after this buy. They're going to have to drop over. You're going to have 2 UMPs on this Astralis side, and they take an early timeout as well. A powerful start to this game between these two Titans.
Yeah, what is that? 5 rounds and 2 timeouts? That says something about the level of tension here between all of the teams. I mean, this is interesting. Galil there on Tarek. It's a good sacrifice and able to get all those grenades, though. I appreciate that.
Oh, everyone towards that B bomb site again for MIBR. Stewie, Fur, closes up. Fallen, lining up utility.
Oh my God, Dupree. He might be in a very bad... Yeah, he realizes now. They're actually outside of the B bomb site. He smokes off and tries to run back in. Close range with the UMP now, hiding inside of the smoke. Everything is on this, and he's getting shut down by Fur. The timing is unbelievable for MIBR. They push in just as Dupree makes his way towards the sewer. That grenade going to do a lot of damage to Magus, and the bomb should be going... No, it's actually waiting. Glaive getting that 1 kill on Tarek, and now it's a 3-on-3. MIBR very slow to even try and get the bomb plant, and Sip is still over by the sewer. This is a weird round now.
Oh, trying to make his way into the water. Magis, that's an overextension. That's too much before your teammates are ready to help. Device is above. He can't see anything. He's got them pinned down in the site, but Zipnix has to do it all on his own. Device can only assist from far back. Does not want to risk that AWP, and I think they might give this round up. No mistakes being provided by MIBR, and they've won another one. They've won a grueling battle in this B bomb site.
Yeah, what a great timing to find Dupree. Hard to know if he should go and join Sip and try and go for the retake. I mean, he obviously wanted to try and stop them, and sort of hiding inside the smoke could have maybe worked out. But that was really well executed from MIBR. They're going to be happy about finding that round, and the pressure on the Astralis economy is huge right now.
Yeah, well, it's shattered at this point, and they'll probably have to discuss if they want to buy or not. Only some upgraded deagles around that AWP and the UMP on Zipnix. Yeah, Dupree, he just got caught with an awkward timing. Tried to get back around that monster pillar, or the ghost pillar. Just not able to make it. A flashbang came in, and his only option was just to stay blinded inside that smoke for safety, but you can't really go anywhere from there. They've already got the angle on you. So it is a full investment again from Astralis. They buy up the deagle armor, relying a lot on Device. He's all alone here. Hasn't seen anyone yet. Cold Zero has already crossed.
They're so methodical at the beginning of these rounds. They're making absolutely sure that Astralis can't sneak in behind enemy lines. No one's going to get past anywhere. Tarek holding T-spawn. Cole on that side, and the rest towards connector. The downside is obviously they're going to be spending a lot of time early in the rounds for this. So if Astralis manage to slow them down later on, that can be a problem. But they don't have the grenades to slow them down that much.
No, they don't. They're in that weird economic position. We'll see if they can claw themselves out of it. 4-2, a great opportunity for MIBR to get up to 5. No one peeking anywhere for Astralis. Even that AWP, the one main weapon they have that can get them back into this, out towards long at the moment. It's far away from all the action. Heavy lean early on towards this B bomb site for MIBR. A couple rounds went towards A, but most of these gun rounds are attacking B. They obviously have some sense of a weakness there.
They're not wrong either. I mean, Sip has, what, a couple of grenades, but nothing to actually block off that monster tunnel, and a UMP on the other side. Grenade is pretty good to soften up a couple of people. That's actually a lot of damage from the one grenade, and Glaive is behind here. Smoke goes up again. Are they going to try and run through the UMP, chewing up one? Sip doing a great job, and the follow-up there from Dupree. That's so much damage. The bomb is down. Somehow Astralis read that coming, and Device will take down Fallen. They had almost nothing to defend that with, but the call was dead on perfect.
The rotation for Astralis was beautiful. Even before that hit came in, you saw MIBR encroaching on the B bomb site, and immediately, even before the indication was there, Astralis gamble stacks, and it's just perfect. Allows Zipnix and Dupree to both play aggressive close to this tunnel. A brilliant call, but It's such a tough read because you know Device still has that AWP, so you have to be worried about that. But you have to be able to pressure Astralis on their force buys. You have to take those smokes out of their hands early, or else that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to throw a flashbang and execute through a smoke, and that's exactly what they want.
Nobody's getting away with anything for free in these early rounds here between these two Titanic teams. It's just incredible to watch. I thought maybe they would have tried to save this round in my VR, but
no.
Not at all. Battle continues. 3 AKs, 2 CZ 75s, and still plenty of grenades to make this one work. Still leaning towards that B bomb side mostly.
Yeah, Stralston, I mean, if they're going to read it like that, I mean, maybe MIB has to think about something different. This could be faster paced, at least take control over towards short. Molotov slowing them down. Glaive was listening and turned from a flashbang. It looks like they want to re-aggress. It's the AWP, they lined up. He tags coldzera through the corpse, but he can't get anything else. Fur, that is a stunning shot to turn the corner. That is a much-needed trade.
Yeah, what an angle to find. You can actually see it. Yeah, the bullet goes right through the wall, taking down Dupree. If that had been a 2-for-1, obviously that's great. The coldzera is kind of low, could still be a problem. They're all on the other side, so obviously someone has to go through the monster tunnel. A lot of grenades left on the Astralis side, and they have 3 men stacked, and they're actually boosting over. If the door opens, a powerful position to be in.
coldzera's looking for something over that wall, though, so they've got to be careful. He was hoping that they would peek it, hoping for a jump spot. This is wild. Another round, everyone towards this B bomb site. No presence at A. Device hasn't seen or heard or felt any pressure. I'm not even sure why he called Magis back, just in case, perhaps.
Yeah, but the lack of information is really hurting Astralis right now. That smoke might even seem like a fake to them. If they think there's going to be an A lane, they think, all right, one guy's throwing out smoke to the sniper spot, and the rest might be coming the other way. 28 seconds. Now they're starting to make their way through. Sip goes down. coldzera with a great opening, leaving Glaive alone on the bomb site. He's going to have to come up with a miracle again. He does get the kill on Fallen. He was flashed as well. Nobody could see anything in that fight. And now he's got a little bit of backup. Device there with the AWP. Can he get the kill? And the guy coming around the corner. The killer helping out Glaive. No, it's not going to be in time. Device very passive in that one and trying to shoot through the box. Unable to connect it. The bomb goes down. Grenade on coldzera. And it's still a 2-on-2. Can Device make this work? Their economy is completely broken if it doesn't work, and maybe the same is true for MIPR. Another pivotal round early on. And down on the low ground, Fur has been stellar this game so far. He's ready. He wants the headshot. You could see him train on it with the AK-47. The step is out. He sprays. He takes down both. What an adjustment! And that's a triple. Beautiful.
That's a tough scenario for Astralis. Some miscues on their teamwork, but MIBR just exploiting things. So patient. They find Zipnix out in the open on Monster. That's the kill, though. That one on Fur, that's incredible on Dupree, because Dupree maybe just a quarter second and he takes that shot. Another great round. And this has been the mark of this MIBR that we've seen here at DreamHack Masters is Fur has had a resurgence. Fur is playing well. Fallen has been playing well. These are two players that they've been missing over the past month. They've come into this event out of the boot camp in Spain looking brand new. And MIBR has the big advantage. 5-3 in the score. It's going to be another force buy from Astralis. You're right, it is back and forth, and it is nothing given up whatsoever. Nothing is going to be easy as they jockey for the economic power, and MIBR currently holds it.
Yeah, you can see Yanko in the background there saying, listen, they've got their heads down in the dirt. Just stomp on them now. Get it over with.
We've all heard him say it before.
Yeah. Some descriptive language probably coming out. That's a beautiful grenade, shutting down and preempting that push from Astralis. And they're a little worried now. Surprised they win that fight. It looked like they were stumbling back a bit confused from that grenade, but big kill on Fur.
I love that play, though, from Astralis, because they're saying, well, if MIBR is going to lean towards this B bomb site just round after round, what that means is likely there's only one person watching for pushes or playing far back. Let's go see if we can take them out. And then you just run and rotate back, and that's exactly what they're doing. Device is there, but Glaive and Magis stay at long. They're a long ways away from this rotation. Great shot from Dupree, but even better double kill from Stewie. But Fallen, oh, he's not focused. He didn't clear the corner whatsoever, and Zipnix has a lifeline.
Absolutely does. That's the bomb down. Going to buy a lot of time for the rest of Astralis to try and make their way in. Glaive and Meg is coming in from that other side and keep grenade in. Oh, he's just so patient, coldzera. He wanted him to make that mistake. Sip has got one more chance and he's going to get that flick in. hiding, waiting in the corner was Sith the whole time, and that really caught them off guard. They got 2 kills on that bomb site. They thought, that's it. Not going to be anybody else. And
yep, misread the situation. Just one little clear to the right could have saved the day, but beautiful play from Zipnix at that B bomb site. And I mean, desperate times as well, winning it with CZs, picking up that AWP. coldzera has an AK, he probably takes out Zipnix earlier in that engagement. Instead, it's MIBR back to Deagles. This MIBR team, obviously, the core is so experienced. The players are all so experienced, but together as a unit, inexperienced, and this will certainly test them on stage against the best team in the world. You see that tweet from coldzera before we began? You see what he said?
What did he say, Moses? Tell me.
He said, quarterfinal with the best team in the world coming up. They're playing Astralis.
Oh,
it's quite nice.
I like that banter. You got to get that in there. Listen, if you're coldzera, you have absolutely no reason to be afraid of anybody in this game. I mean, the guy is already a legend, and it's early in his career. Think of how crazy that is. Device looking over towards long. Could be a gap in the defense. If they get around the corner at the perfect timing here against Device, he's only going to have 1 or 2 shots before they're right on top of him. That's an interesting boost. Normally that boost happens on the CT side, looking the other way, obviously. But that could be fun if you could find someone there. Device was just falling back. He almost actually walks into that line that they were looking for. Molotov is going to be incredibly annoying. They're not happy.
Opportunity for Device, and opportunity missed for the moment. There's going to be some pre-fire at this. An attempted trade, a wide swing. There's a nade come out right through the cinder block, but Astralis is handling this. MIBR cannot push forward. They can gain no ground. Device even sees falling out towards long, but he's finally cornered, and somehow this is now turned into a 2-on-2.
They should think of the time right now. 9 seconds. Just wait for that bomb to try and be planted. No point in fighting before that even happens. Oh my god, they take down Sip as well. How are they doing this? MIBR? Oh, they're out of time. He has to run for the pre-runner, and the corner is falling, misses it. Dupree staying alive. That was way too close. Much too close for Astralis. They are not really managing to pull on the brakes. They had it locked down.
Yeah, they really did, and it just all of a sudden it just turned. Now, Fallen did die after the timer, so that one hurts a little bit, but great round from MIBR. Both of these teams doing massive damage where they really don't have a lot to work with. Got ourselves a B-rush, perhaps. Molotov slowing him down in the sewers. Jumping for information, Zipnix sees nothing. Stewie's got 2 flashbangs over by Monster. He's going to toss these over, but Device is going to have the first shot. He's going to get away as well. The no-scope comes in. Astralis, the defense stays strong, and this is going to be a clean win, exactly what they need.
If you're an MIBR fan, you don't want to see Device with that kind of confidence. He thought about running back and just letting the rest of his team sort of take over, but just wanted to sneak in that last no-scope. And the shot from Dupree, the last one.
Yeah, with the Deagle, that was pretty nice.
It's not bad at all, is it? Taking the head off Stewie. 6-5, and Astralis not just finding a little bit of ground to stand on, actually building what looks like the beginning of some sort of economy. The first time in the game, maybe. They've got something to fall back on. Now it's a lot more aggressive for the first. Look at the speed here on MIBR. They walk into another grenade, and Glaive just pops his head up for a kill on Tarek, and then he's back down again. They're coming for him, and he's going to get one more kill. That drops the bomb to the low ground. He's looking for more. A triple here for the captain of Astralis, just doing it on his own. I'm not sure he's expecting the ball. Oh my god! Turning around! What has Glaive done? Taking out coldzera. They jump at him one at a time, but
that's a sequence that'll make coldzera jealous. Fur's going to respond with 1 on Dupree. Glaive is just unbelievable. Ever since he joined, this Astralis team has been a force. And Device waiting patiently, knows exactly where the bomb is. And they're going to walk right into the crosshair. Fur, no chance in that battle. A 7th round for Astralis. MIBR, the change of pace does not work.
Glaive at 11, Megascan 11, but then it's 9-8-6 for the rest of Astralis. They're tightly grouped right now in the kills, and this is hard to handle. Every time you see he checks behind him, every kill he goes to look and see someone's coming through that smoke. And 4 of them, this is really well done. 7-5. And now the Eagles on double scout. If this works, surely would be quite annoying to Astralis.
That's a round I think MIBR is going to look at and just be aware that their trading was not ideal, let's say, to put it kindly.
I was going to say, that was it's the politically correct way of doing it, wasn't it? Get that old spin on it, Moses.
Yeah. That'll be used in the film rooms. Magisk looking out towards the long. There is a scout jump across and not even going to take the fight. No reason to risk anything. Just wanted the intel. Minute and 10 seconds on the clock. MIBR kind of progressing across the map, but not exactly grouped up. Bomb is out towards long as well. Dropped so that Magisk couldn't see it.
It's so hard to say with this current version of MIBR whether or not 5 rounds would even be enough, because if it was the sort of the old, let's say the all-time high, the SK lineup, I would have said 5 rounds is fine. Like, they could probably get it back anyway on the CT side of Overpass, but
yeah.
I don't know with this one, and maybe nobody can know yet, but they're certainly not doing badly. Just we don't know what the threshold is for this T side and how their CT side is going to exactly function.
That's why this match is so exciting. We get to find out. Tarek is going to challenge. Oh, he's been spotted. He wanted to get in, but look at the response. Look at what this is causing. Actually, all of MIBR is coming here, so the rotation from Astralis is to the B bomb site. Same with MIBR. They're going to have a fight here. Smoke is going to allow MIBR to cross into the bomb site if they get there quick, but Zipnix is looking over. Now drops down, and Astralis, everyone's here, and they're going to recover quite nice.
That's a very, very hard call for MIBR to make, because obviously we could tell that if they had continued at the A-bomb site, actually Tarek's presence down there was causing a big gravitation towards that B-bomb site. But instead, he says, well, listen, I'm so close. If I just get 1 kill, it's open and we can go. So just everyone get here and get ready for that 1 kill to happen. And it doesn't, but...
And the timing as well, that smoke disappears, so then they don't feel safe getting into the site and getting the plan. And obviously, Astralis had all rotated over. So, a bit unfortunate, you're right, but still chance. Nice nades on the device down to 54. Another gun round now for MIBR. Utility being dumped for device. He's got nothing to worry about now as the AWPer except aiming.
Always a challenge. Now, my favorite reason, or at least one of them, to watch this team, apart from obviously watching coldzera play Counter-Strike, is actually when they're a little bit behind and Fallen tries to sort of AWP his way back into the game. He's super successful with it, and I just think it's amazing. He's done it so many times, so I kind of hope that's what we're seeing now. Are they really going to try and run boost their way out? They really are. Hold on to your hats, folks. It's going to make their way around the corner, and he almost had the timing. He just fell back to Pre. He was up there on the flower bed, but he's going to make his way back. That could have been interesting.
I don't think he got the launch that he was really looking for in that, did he?
Not quite all the way, but I think he might still have been there, and Device is going to be going down. There's Fallen taking him down. And he wants to go more. This is exactly what I was hoping for. He does. He actually likes the Pre anyway. What are you doing, Fallen? Now 35 seconds. Has he really managed to do it again? That Molotov's going to put a bit of pressure on them, but the rest of the team are here. Tarek a little bit later on. Magic now starting to rotate in. This is the round they need. MIBR going to be smoking off towards that truck and trying to see if they can get close. Tip is even close by. Astralis, they're cheating the rotation and getting very, very close by. There's the lineup for Glaive taking down Fallen. He wanted to get his way back in, and he goes for it again. Glaive shutting them down. And now the pop flashover can at least catch a couple of people, and now they're out of time as well. Glaive is rock solid on this bomb site, and they had everybody here. You can't ask Fallen for more than this, but it wasn't enough.
No, why? How is Glaive so good? It's so incredible he's able to hold those angles. Fallen coming up, trying to be the entry with the AWP. That seemed a bit wild, but Glaive has all the freedom in the world. Free kill there. The next ones are tougher. He's got one coming long. Fur misses the opportunity, and this is beautiful. Adding that third kill, and all these matter. That's not really a very dangerous hit from MIBR. Didn't seem to have a whole lot of strength behind it.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, they had all the smokes up, right? I'm just surprised that they couldn't apply more pressure. But maybe as soon as Glaive gets the first one, they feel like they can't cross that line, and it kind of just stops.
No, but someone has to.
Goodbye.
Yeah, Tarek's head is taken off. Didn't want to Dupree. Know that play happened with the Deagle earlier. Didn't even want to give Tarek the opportunity for it. Well, you're going to get your answer to that question, I think, Anders. Will 5 be enough for MIBR? Because it looks like they might get stuck here. Shadow shows Glaive again. They almost line up for him, but he's just too good at the moment. Fallen finally shuts him down at the cost of a lot of life.
you're going to have the captain of the team play this way, surely that will rally a little bit of morale behind the troops. They're going to be feeling pretty good right now. No damage from that. Broken windows is all. And round number 15 here. MIBR, they kept the pressure on so much early on, and it's like Astralis rode it out. They sort of survived that part of it.
What's wild is they traded 6 rounds back and forth. Stewie challenging, but he's legged as well. He's down so low. Well, going for that jumping shot, that's a little bit desperate. He's looking for a miracle at the moment. He is going to go down eventually, 2 players, and he was hoping to provide an opening for this B bomb site attack. Device, he's going to be blind. That might have been it. If a Device had pulled the trigger, he would have got it, but coldzera provides. He delivers once again.
They find their way back in. There are no more grenades, so even if they're low, this is going to be a bit of a fight. Okay, just practically throwing the bullets into the bomb site now, and coldzera in a 1 versus 2, he gets the 1, but Dupree's there for the refrag, and it's 10-5 in favor of Astralis in the first half here. Amazing job. And Stunner, how do you like this game so far?
You know, quite frankly, Anders, this is one of those games that's going to define how these teams look in the post-player break era. But of course, Sweden has been quite cozy here, and I think they're enjoying this matchup. I don't know if we have more MIBR fans or Astralis fans in the house, but let's just ask these guys. Who's going to win this one?
SK. Mibur.
NT, bud. NT, who you got?
FaZe.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I've been trolled. I've been duped. Let's get into the second half. Take it away, guys.
Another stellar segment from Stunner.
Yeah, it's really controlling it at the moment. Listen, I'm with that second guy, though. I picked FaZe to win this whole thing, too. I was going for that.
I know, but he was asking about just the match, Anders.
Listen, yeah, but that guy just said, listen, to hell with that stuff.
I don't want to play your game.
Yeah, he made his own rules. That's how you're supposed to live. Well, hope you guys are ready for it. Countdown is there, 5 seconds left, the second half coming up. This is a quarterfinals here at the Corsair DreamHack Masters. Second one of the day. We've got 2 more to come. Already, NIP are in the semi-finals. And I think this game right now, you can feel the tension, can't you? You know that it's going to be big. You can feel the pressure that MIB are trying to put on. And Astralis, they were almost buckling under it, but they held on. They got 10 rounds. That's a good start.
I was going to say, Anders, you can feel the pressure MIB was trying to put on. They didn't accomplish much in the later stages. 7 straight rounds for Astralis. And MIBR would love to put a stop to that run here on the pistol.
Just like Device was playing, he just checks and then falls back. Doesn't want to take a long fight. Wants to use the range of the USP. They only have a smoke and a kit there on the MIBR side, so Astralis pretty much the same kind of setup.
And Stewie's getting bored over towards that B bomb site. He's pushing in towards water. He's got some information. There was a stack, but because Stewie's pushed, coldzera will join him, and Fallen will rotate back around to come join this A defense, and they're going to start seeing the nades. Tarek spots that one out towards long. This is going to be a tough angle to hit. He's going to jump around the corner. He's got to find it. He can't do it. All alone, and now it's Tarek far away. He's forced back as well. Astralis is unrelenting.
Rushing the bomb site, just chasing them down, but Stewie is back with headshot. Fallen there as well. They turn it around. They were so low on health, all of them, but somehow they fight their way back into the round. And now Dupree and Device, they must be wondering, how is that possible? We gooshed half of them. We were on the site, and it doesn't work out. Now Dupree and Device, they need some sort of gift here from the American side to see if they can find their way back in. Fallen just trying to see if he can edge out a kill on somebody. He's got the bomb at his feet as well. He knows they're going to be coming eventually. That's a bit of a run in Dupree. Oh my God, how is this even possible? And a last kill for Device. I can't believe it. This should never be happening. They're just laughing, but that was a miracle comeback in that pistol round.
I thought that was a phenomenal play from Stewie pushing in. He had the quick flank, and he gets there just at the right moment to stop this hit. He takes all the pressure off his teammates, and then just later on in the round, eventually, look at Dupree. He just has to hell with this. Pushing forward, beautiful headshots. Him and Device clawed all the way back, trapped inside the site. And that has got to just be backbreaking. They lost the pistol round in the first half and won the second round. Can they do it one more time? Will they even invest in the second round as this tactical timeout comes to an end? And they will invest.
That was what, 2 versus 4?
Yeah.
No bomb plant.
Nowhere to go.
Yeah, nowhere to go. They really had to run down Fallen to get that bomb back, and then they just decided, you know what? We're gonna get the kills instead. Do it
When
the
all
hard
else
way.
fails, just call the headshot strategy.
Surprised that doesn't work more often.
Here we go. Fallen buying a deagle, but saving up most of his money for the AWP. But they've got 4 players over at the B bomb site. This could work well if the Straws continue forward. It looks like they will. Not just going through his own ball, oh, there's a nade and a deagle.
Yes, stop cold. The bomb down, and can they recover it here? Astralis going to be a little bit worried in this round. They've already lost that bomb, and they're a man down. They're also being funneled in from the other side first, sneaking up behind them. They're just kind of in hell right now. Glaive hoping, and somehow he gets it. Flashed smoke, it just doesn't matter to him right now. He's getting every single kill, no matter what's going on, and now it's a 3-on-3. Can they bring it back here? MIBR, they have to steal this round back to stay on this map. And Glaive, he's just got the game in his bones right now. Jumping across his sip, they're just fighting them. Glaive and Device, and then following up another kill on Fur, and that's the round. They somehow survive it. They live through it, even being a man down, and it's 12-5 now.
Glaive has bailed Astralis out of so many tough situations. When MIBR watches this VOD or this demo after this match, they're going to be so frustrated. They've had so many different advantages multiple times in different scenarios down the stretch in these rounds, and it's always just Astralis coming out with it. For whatever reason, they can always turn the tides. And that's got to be so frustrating. You can live with that once or twice and a half.
Triple boost down at the sewer, the wall. You can look. Oh, they give it up. That grenade might actually catch them. I wanted to see the triple Moses. We almost never see it.
I think people look for it now, and it's, you know.
And they have USPs. So
yeah. And
listen, I don't want to see it because it's effective. I just want to see it because it's fun. All right.
All right, that's fair.
Could even go for a quad boost, Moses.
Quad boost.
Do you know you can shoot through that box on the B-bomb side?
Back to the classics.
Yeah, you know, it's on a roll. I just thought I'd do it. They're all at the A-bomb side. But again, USPs, no armor, no grenades. 100% Moses, they don't win this.
All right. I'll take that. Dupree challenging with the P250. Here it comes. All the nades, the flashbangs. Device coming in with the AK. And yeah, it should be a slaughter from here. As the smoke fades, all of the defense is exposed. Astralis is at 13. And we really haven't seen... I mean, MIBR is just getting shut down at this point. It's hard to say we haven't seen any life out of them because they have, like I said, had plenty of advantages. They've had some great rounds that just get snatched away from them in the last moment. But there's only so many times you could talk about the silver lining before it's just too late.
We look at the scoreboard right now for MIBR. Fallen, Cold, and Fur, they're all putting in a really good effort. It's not like Stewie and Tarek are so far behind that it's completely devastating. So I really don't think the gap is that massive, but some of the clutches have already gone Astrala's way. If they can just pick up a couple of rounds here, MIBR, I could definitely see them bouncing back into the game. This boost is also a fairly common one, so they might be checking it, walking right underneath. What a flick, though. Glaive gone.
That's what you need. Vintage, MIBR, the core of this team, when they've been so good on overpass in the past, it was based around Fallen Zopping here in bathrooms. He was a force to be reckoned with. They're going to need that to return here if they're going to come back from this deficit. It's been 10 rounds in a row for Astralis.
Tarek and Stewie down at the B-bomb site. Tarek playing that ramp. We saw Freiburg play this in the last game. It is so hard to play. If you don't turn around at the right time, it's just not going to work out. 3 people are coming through the tunnel. Sip might be a little bit behind setting up a grenade. So, oh, that smoke is so well timed. They're not happy about that at all.
No, that feels really bad because Fur is advanced in bathroom. So he has a lot of information that no one's even coming towards A. That means Fallen can cheat back deeper towards Bank so he can have a fast rotation. This is going to be a really tough defense to break through, but Cold Zero is actually not committed to the bomb site.
Look at Tarek. He's got that one flashbang. When this flash pops, can he get his out in time? No, Stewie's already going to be going down. Device, an absolutely perfect double opening. They had pretty much one chance here, and now Device is just going to continue. Vegas will be the one to pick up the kill, but that is the bomb site Fallen very, very fast. I think if Sip had got that grenade out before Device even got the kill, that grenade would have actually served as a warning for Tarek to try and get his counter in. But because it's Device opening instead with no warning, they're just not ready for it.
I mean, you need to provide a lot more defense than that if you're Stewie and Tarek over towards that monster tunnel. You can't just crumple like that. Two North Americans having a bit of a rough game here to open up this quarterfinal series.
It'll be another round here for Astralis, 14-5. They must be feeling good right now.
They got to be feeling real good at the moment. Doing some art?
Why not?
Yeah.
Get a little bit in there when you still can. I don't know, what is the comeback plan now, Mose? Do you stick with what you've practiced? Do you just try and hold the positions, or do you spice it up?
I think you stick with what you've practiced so far, because you have to remember as well, this is still very early in this MIBR. Let's not put too much pressure and too much expectations on a lineup that's still very new together, that has looked rough recently. Let's not get swept away by the romanticism of the story of everyone wanting them to be back. You still look at this and say, okay, they have this event. They're going to have a week off before their stage of the major begins, the Legend stage. So they're going to have a boot camp there. Just do everything you've practiced so you know what works, what doesn't, and what you can fix.
Flashbang looked like it got caught in the net there just a little bit. Gotta be careful with that. And Tarek does go down in the return. Oh my god, Device somehow finding that one just barely as the smoke was about to go away.
I have to say, this is the best Astralis we've seen this whole event.
Yeah, bad news for MIBR, but you might be right.
Yeah, I mean, there's no sign of weakness, no sign of those crocs that we saw in the group stage.
I like a little bit of romanticism though, Moses. I was enjoying the comeback story. I really wanted that to work out.
Well, there's always map 2.
There is always map 2, but definitely running into some trouble early on against the Danes here. You could rewind time, Moses. I do a lot of things differently, but just for the last hour, I wonder if some of those clutches would have gone MIBR's way if that would have given them some more confidence, maybe.
Well, I mean, just even think back to maybe not even the first half. Just go to the pistol round here on this half. 4-on-2. You have them trapped inside the A bomb site. They have nowhere to go. And they're able to fight their way out. That was really tough to deal with.
Big difference. A lot decided in that moment.
Regardless, they've been blanked on this defensive side, and Astralis is back to looking like that unstoppable machine.
You know that wall that Glaive was shooting through, or Device, you can shoot through that wall with the AWP.
Yeah?
Yeah. Right into the month. You can shoot all the way into the tunnel through that wall.
Cool.
No one ever does it, but...
Was this was the map Wardell had that weird spam back towards like T-spawn or something, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot happening on this map.
There's always been a lot happening on this map,
Okay.
Tarek. Now we've got to go on the aggression.
Yeah, they've gone balls deep here, all the way up towards the wall. Cold Zero going to be picking off Magus. That's a good start. Double up, Cold and Fallen. This could definitely work. A little bit of a jump. Glaive sneaking around, but he's going to get his face taken right off as well. Dupree trying to reach, but how could he know there's another guy playing there in 4 versus 2? Now you'd want to see them try and pull the brakes, but how can Tarek get back from this position? Just a gap, and he does make it. Very, very good stuff. And Sip wants to catch them, but Fallen is ready and waiting. Very smart, very good job on MIBR. 10 rounds in a row, Moses. You a believer?
No.
Say yes.
Not a believer. Not today. Feeling rather reasonable this afternoon. I mean, obviously anything he can take away at this point is going to be huge. Even if it's 1 or 2 kills. I mean, if you're in a situation now where if Device kills Fallen, there's no one to recover that AWP, so that would be a pretty expensive loss. Are you a believer? Do you think the comeback's going to happen?
Of course. Always. Yeah. Every single time, Moses. Tarek shutting down Device. It'll be 6-15. I mean, Fallen and Cold Zero are the 2 top players right now for MIBR. 14 kills each. That double orb, if it survives long enough, sure.
It's just mental to think that with the way that guys like Glaive, guys like Device are playing at the moment, that there's not going to be at least one mistake that Astralis capitalize on in the next 9 rounds. To play a perfect game of Counter-Strike for that long doesn't seem likely. Dupree's going to wait for the fire to extinguish. Come through the water, pop flash in. Cold Zero wants an angle with that AWP. I think he's going for a timing peek or just an off angle. Gotta be careful. Magus has already crossed over.
Yes, indeed. Cold Zero maybe feeling a little bit in an awkward position. He obviously wants to do what Device was doing earlier, just get the kill and fall back around the corner, but if they get close enough from the other side, if Magus is the one to initiate, is he going to realize he's up on the railing now, walking right into it, and that's a good kill. And Cold not sticking around. You see the immediate Molotov behind him, so that if anyone tried to chase him down, that wouldn't be all that good.
Yeah, just keeping him alive, keeping him safe. Fallen with the op is the only one at the A bomb site as well. He hasn't seen anything either. Now they're going to start rotating away, but this is great. The ops for MIBR in these past 2 rounds have found the openings that they've needed, or at least found the picks that can alleviate some of the pressure when the hit does come in. As Astralis patiently waiting, readjusting towards Monster. Screw with the pop flash, the peek. He sees the information. Other one going to come out. He's completely blinded. That flash might have saved his life, but it doesn't. Glaive with the entry. Can he get more? He's been the hero for Astralis. He continues to push here.
Oh my god, how does he do it? He just can't be flashed, and he's got 3 kills. Tarek waiting. He wants to delay. He wants more than the single kill. Trying to get his team back in the game, but Sip is ready for it. And now Fallen taking down Glaive. It's a one-on-one and Sip down on the low ground. How does Fallen make it over the edge? Jumping might have got him killed. A couple of more shots ringing through. He barely stays alive. And Sip has every advantage here. It's almost impossible to make it past. And Fallen knows it. He's going to go down there for headshot. 16-6 as the Stratas take down MIBR on map number 1 of this quarterfinals. They held on to it. They won both the pistols and did a great job.
They won some impossible scenarios, and I mean, if you're going to do a first map MVP, it goes to Glaive, obviously.
Yeah.
Had the most kills, but by far the most impact as well. It's that last round. How does he do that?
I feel like they got a bunch of flashbangs off on him, and every single time it didn't even matter. He just got kills anyway. He just didn't care.
He just keeps going forward, and he's like, I'm going to take this no matter what.
Maybe that's the secret to get it to working around flashbangs. You just decide not to care. Just keep moving on, Moses.
Yeah.
Fighting food. I'm impressed. That's not easy to do.
Yeah, no, that was a very cool game, and obviously the jockeying for position early on in that first half was a brilliant part, but Astralis, dominance has returned. We're going to have Train next, and we'll see if MIBR can they give us a better fight. Stay tuned and find out.
I'm Eddie Brock. I'm a reporter. I found something really bad. And I have been... Eddie. Who said that? Taken.
Human beings are disposable. But man and symbiote combined. This is a new species. What do you want from me?
You will find out.
We cannot just hurt people.
We can do whatever we want. Eyes, lungs, pancreas, so many snacks, so little time. Place your bets at GG.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at GG.bet.
Sick of losing at your favorite computer game? Fortune introduces the Super Socket. Always hit your opponent when firing. Never die in-game again. Instantly improves the win-lose ratio. It's never been easier to win. Innovative switch technology enhances the incoming power up to 50%. Actually, the Super Socket isn't real. But without power, gaming wouldn't be real either. Think about it.
Your exclusive ticket to esports.
Give you my